You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Last night I dreamed that Satan tell me that he coming up to TNT. He don't have the passport and he busy, so he coming on Carnival Day. He say you have too much corruption, looking police like politician. He said Trinbago getting worse than hell. He pray we make all the ins rebel. Them police who plot to free Ramdani. Satan coming for the tail. Them racists who like to talk unity. Satan coming for the tail. He coming for Satan, Sheriff Dan Raj, and also for the ones who kill Andra. Twist mouth who suppress the clean from his state. Remember, they cannot escape. Fire, I will make a mass. Fire is heat when I pass. He tell me pass, not to worry. He go find criminals in URB. Fire, fire. I say people in Trinbago to spray. Lucifer, I don't care what you say. So it's better you go to Iraq. But he said, what are you making Skylar? It have religious leaders in this song who just read scripture upside down. All them bastards care about his money. But when I come, they'll answer to me. All of them who want the state stop hanging. Satan coming for the tail. The black-haired man that always protesting. Satan coming for the tail. Them fathers who just abuse their daughters like an eagle that pluck their feathers. The PM and the president is say, Ember, they can't get away. Fire, I go make a mass. Fire is heat when I pass. When I start to roast them like a gravy, and they go stop sleeping with me. Fire, fire. It's a long ago I couldn't come around. I had to keep my tail on the ground. There used to be a place without sin, but now I shock at what I see. Imagine men raping little baby, like everybody here gone crazy. This country once used to be so nice. Now it's a land of blood sacrifice. Them who give Donald Trump all with million. Satan coming for the tail. Then wait the next 41 on ring bang. Satan coming for the tail. Them who had for blind people protesting come to roast when fire start blazing. The Guyanese who say he makes soda, a fucking him left, right, center. Fire! Fire! Them who no want to own that kitchen, I'm making calls with them. Fire! Fire! It's the election around the corner. Boy, I'm waiting on them vampire. Them better keeping chocolate and try. Who just come wrong with the bag of life. Promising to deliver the country. But boy, I sit like a man, baby. I hope they listen, because now when they know we are voting for no more crackle. The politicians will just cross the floor. Satan coming for the tail. But them through that so we declaring war. Satan coming for the tail. If a man neglect his constituency, like Flash Gordon now waiting on him. He say you think that Griffith is the worst? Wait till I come and take it last. First fire! Fire! Addition and can't get away. I'm fucking them 3 times a day. Fire! I want to sing with this. Fire! You gotta like this one with me. Fire! Again! Fire! Again! Fire! Let me hear the voices! Fire! All you got to do is finish it! Fire! Let me see all you! Fire! Again! Again! Fire! Let me see skin up and coffee! love you all.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with the dark triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM, and we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. And tonight we have a jam-packed program, boy. Jam-packed program tonight. So let me bring in no other than the commissioner out of Newark, E. Marshall Tommy Nisbet. How you going, my brother?
Very good, and a very good evening to you, Wall Street. You
Yeah,
looking
your
off,
mic kind
you
of low,
looking
boy. Hold
official.
up, it's me then. No, I think it's me. All right. Yeah, how you going?
Very good, thank you.
All right, yeah, that was me. That was me. Yeah,
You
wonderful,
look
wonderful.
official. You look very official.
Yeah. You know, it just goes sometime, man. Sometimes you got a local official. You know what I mean? My coach always used to tell me, my coach used to tell me, at least if you don't run good, at least look good. You know what I mean? If, if I can't talk good, at least I'm looking good.
Nice.
Let me bring in another one to the dark triplets. No other than Diana, Waveney, Stormy, McDonald, Waveney, Benskin.
Benny.
Your wife pay dry cleaning bill. That's why you looking so good. Good evening, listeners. How everybody doing?
Hey, what you accusing my wife of dry cleaning my clothes? That's what you're doing?
Your wife paid. I didn't say she dry clean the clothes. She paid your dry cleaning bill, so you're able to look good.
Oh, okay. Oh, so if it wasn't my wife, I wouldn't look good.
No, she didn't pay the dry cleaning bill. No.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I don't know why you bringing my wife in this one.
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Leborn. Behind every good man there stands a good woman.
Well,
Amen.
listen, full 100. I agree with you. Say that again for me, please.
Behind every good man there stands a strong, stupendous, superfluous, splendiferous, marvelous, intelligent, bright like a light bulb woman.
Boy, I ain't gonna lie to you. My wife, it's the whole family. Them have like eight A levels, nine. You know what I mean? 8 and 9 for me, boy. I can't even match up to them.
Let's
Them, and them is some of the brightest people come out of Laventille. And I tell all about my sister-in-law who's now at attorney. She
Yep.
passed for Woodbrook and they wanted to send you to Southeast Port of Spain. Well, you see all the
Um,
trouble now they having SC and all kind of thing in Trinidad. Well, you
Maybe I
think it's
need to
now
have
that
she
start?
number. I need to have she number on my phone when I go in Trinidad.
No, you don't need to have the number. You need to get
Why
a
not?
local attorney.
She's an attorney, so why I can't have an
But she
attorney
not there
here?
long this. No, she not in Trinidad. She up
Well,
here.
I live here too, so I need to have an attorney here too.
You need a long distance attorney.
Yep.
All right.
Since
So
you
of
say
course,
they're gonna arrest me.
yeah. They don't have a special handcuff waiting for you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that handcuff,
Mm,
they sanitize the handcuff.
okay.
That handcuff are Bajan sanitizer.
Yeah.
The
All
wait,
right.
the wait, the waiting for you with bated breath. Diana,
Mine
Waveney.
mine they make me a motley madder than she is already, yeah? Okay.
Listen, they have a special handcuff for you, Diana, Waveney, Stormy, the Storm, McDonald boy.
Mine they make they make Stormy come and bite some of them, eh? Okay.
No, Stormy. They have a special muzzle for Stormy too, you know. They have
Remember
a
Stormy
special
could
mother,
go.
but of course, you know when we're talking about coming into the village, it's no other than, of course, Nadia again. Nadia first, second,
Mm.
Nadia third, Nadia fourth, Nadia fifth, Nadia sixth. Troy Smith, you break it again, boy. Troy Smith 7, Lana 8, Troy Smith 9, Lana 10, Troy Smith 11, Lana 12, Troy Smith 13, Takeisha 14, Takeisha 15, Takeisha 16, Takeisha 17, Takeisha 18, Takeisha 19. and then Troy Smith. Oh God, I'm getting tired. Joan, of course, Joan Jarube is next. Joan, welcome. Nadia, welcome. Oh, yeah, look, Vonnie Roberts just come. Vonnie Roberts just come. Vonnie Roberts is one of the late ones. Vonnie Roberts ever come first?
I don't know.
Nah, he
I
never
don't
come
think.
first.
Mm-mm.
Troy Smith, Choice. Go ahead,
but
Tommy.
Nadia's a special breed, you know.
Yeah. Nadia's a special breed, man. Nadia.
She's very special.
Nadia. Yeah,
Good night, Nadia.
I feel people that feel I just call Nadia and say Nadia. I said now the link. Eh? Nadia getting inside information, boy.
She's
Right?
very special.
Yeah. Good night, Takeisha. Happy birthday to Roy Cape. Yet Miss Coover. You're inside. What tax? Okay.
They want to put
Diana,
you on it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Troy Smith said, Diana, you are bringing in a guest who is a pit bull, so don't forget the Muslim. Yeah, I want Diana to treat him.
Who's
Just
that?
like
Who? Which one is that? Who's that?
Philip Alexander.
Oh, okay. Well,
Gary Aboud is a nice fella. Gary Aboud, girl. But Gary in the
well,
background, we got to bring Gary in.
all right. Well, I'm gonna go get my belt for Philip Alexander.
No,
Philip
get the belt you beat Stormy with.
Philip Alexander does treat me very nice, so I don't know.
Bring the belt you just beat Stormy with. Show people the belt. With the belt.
I don't beat Stormy with no belt.
Diana Benskin. Where the belt? Show you tell me you have a belt.
I have a belt, but not for Stormy. It's for my husband.
Oh, you're changing the tune.
Yeah. Anselm is the one that get bite by the red ants, and he can't handle the bite. Gary Griffith is a red ants that's bite you. Philip Alexander is a red ants come and bite you. You can't handle red ants bite, you know. But you just go and prod the nest. And when the red ants and them biting you, you're looking for help from the shack. Nah.
Somebody sing.
You on your own.
Then Ronnie McIntyre say insect bite me. Is it insect bite me?
Too much
biting insect.
When the red ants bite you, this bachak go on here.
Ronnie sing no more biting insects. That is what it is?
Guess what? As long as no cockroach, I come to help you.
Rajri, good night. Sharon Donald, good night. Hey, people are now Albert Montano, boy, all the way from Canada. Albert, the thing about Albert family in Calypso and all, yeah. Albert in easy, you know. Hey, look, Gary Mahavia, boy. Gary Mahavia, good night. All right, let me go to our first guest. Kapiza, you're inside. Welcome. Yeah, look, all of a sudden, Gary, here we say we come in, Gary thing gone blank, boy. Gary, not Gary Mahavia. Gary Aboud.
I thought he was to come in later. I know he's all right. Switch up thing.
No, it's all you organize all the thing, and I follow in orders, you know.
All right. Well, if he coming in to talk, well, okay.
Well, no, he was just there, but I see he gone blank. Gary, we ain't seen you. Not Gary Mahavia. Oh God. Hey, Troy Smith say go and bring back the cookie broom. Who is that? Who's the cookie broom?
The cookie broom I used to beat it in the beginning.
Oh, no. She upgrade. Stormy, she can't beat Stormy with a cookie broom. That is small legs.
Stormy don't get beat at all.
That is small legs. Let me bring in our first guest. No other than welcome back to the village. No other than Mr. Gary Aboud. It's in the village with the dark triplets. Of course, you know Gary, it's Diana. Diana is considered to be the storm. I am Anselmo Wall Street.
I can't hear anything.
She's Gary Mahabia or the storm. The storm, the phantom, or Gary's the phantom. Mix up
Diana,
the storm and the
can you hear
phantom.
Yes, I can hear you, Gary.
Yeah, we hearing you. You hearing us?
Yeah, maybe you need to put on a headset.
I can't hear anything.
Headset.
Try headset.
Headset.
We hearing you, but we hear you. Hold on, let me see.
Diana, can you hear me?
Yes, but yes.
Are you hearing us? Headset.
I can't hear anything.
Yeah, try
headset. A headset.
Take off.
A headset.
Something is wrong here.
Yeah. All right, let me take out Gary.
A headset.
Yeah.
Let me go out and come back in.
Yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, he went out and come back. Yeah, all right. So hey, I see that I see that protest in Trinidad today
Mm-hmm. At the White House.
at the White House.
Mm-hmm.
No, I hear taxi drivers was protesting. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Making this move at this point in time. We have now come out of a pandemic where most of the citizens of this country was home, right, for almost 2 years, right. Some of us were fortunate to be earning a dollar. We believe that at this point in time, for them to be taking away this fuel subsidy, that is a very heartless move at this point in time, right. We took the opportunity to call on everybody, from the truck drivers, the Maxi drivers, the taxi drivers, and the citizens of this country today to stand down because of that increase that the government has placed on the traveling public and the citizens of this country. It's not only going to affect taxi drivers, it's going to affect every single person, because the grocery owners, the businessmen in Trinidad and Tobago are not going to absorb that increase. They are going to pass it on to the public of Trinidad and Tobago. Right? So we will say that's a double loss for taxi drivers, right? Because you are going to be losing money at the end of the day. We have calculated to be around $40 to $45 a day that a taxi driver would be losing. Then we now have to turn around and go to the grocery store and pay more money, where the grocery owners, where the business people are now going to raise those items. So it comes like we are losing double and triple at the end of the day.
Now, how many persons will appear that call listed by the network to stand down and not come?
Concerning taxi drivers, we will say about 50% of our taxi drivers did not come on the road, put it into the reports that we got today. Right? We sent out a call to everybody, and we believe that at least 50% of the public did not attend, or the children, most of the children did not attend school today.
So there you have it, folks. Just a little snippet of what went on in Trinidad today. So let's bring in Mr. Gary Aboud again. Gary, can you hear us?
I can hear you clearly, yes.
Okay, wonderful. How are you doing? Let me just introduce the folks again. I know you already know all of us. It's in the village with the dark triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. There's Diana, Waveney, Benskin, Stormy the Storm, McDonald, right? And of course we have Gary Marby will be joining us. Gary is considered to be the Phantom, and I am Anselm or Wall Street. Some people call me Flash, but that's another story. And finally, we have Tommy Marshall Nisbet, a commissioner here in Newark. Gary Aboud, how are you doing today?
I'm alive and blessed to be alive, so I'm very happy about that. But I find very little to celebrate outside of that.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, when I sent a message to Diana last night, she asked me to come on the program to talk about it. And there's just so much to talk about. The issue that I'd messaged Diana about last night was that after 3 weeks, they finally brought the bodies out. The 3 bodies, there's still 1 body missing of the islanders, our brothers, who were left to drown inside an overturned vessel. The issue is that the MV Fairchance capsided 3 weeks ago, a few miles off the north coast. And after it capsided, we immediately made a release that the divers have to go in, because from my limited knowledge on the sea, and it's common sense that when you have a freight vessel that is traversing the seas, the crew are not needed to work. That's relaxed time. It's when the vessel is in harbor, that's when the work begins. So in the 2 o'clock hot sun, they would go under the deck into their cabins and relax. So when the vessel flipped suddenly, it's common sense that more than likely the members are inside the hull. And if you know from basic, if you look at a vessel, the way a vessel is shaped with a V in the hull, if it turns over suddenly, there would be air under the hull. So the Coast Guard said it was too dangerous, there was too much current. But that is nonsense, because the current is moving everything at the same time. The vessel would be moving at the same speed or almost at the same speed as the sea. So that if an experienced diver goes in, the current wouldn't affect him because he knows where he's going. And he would go in with devices that make it safe for him to get in and get out to determine whether he could get the men out. There are all kinds of reasons why they should have gone immediately. But the Coast Guard, I mean, if it were that there was a risk, as there was, that the vessel could sink suddenly, then the Prime Minister flew into Australia 2 years ago and secretly purchased $600 million of Coast Guard vessels without any tendering. So those vessels could have been brought alongside the flipped MV Fairchance, and they could have strapped it alongside to prevent it from sinking. And the divers could have gone in and recovered the bodies because immediately after the accident, the men were alive. But just like in the Paria disaster where we left our brothers, our sons, our husbands, we left them to die. And the coroner's report from one of them says that one of them was at life for at least 36 hours. We left them to die. And then the Prime Minister appointed his friends to be in a commission to investigate. So what is the truth? Our people are being killed by carelessness of state agencies that simply, I don't want to say they don't care because the men on the ground care. The workers, the fellas who are out there care, but the instructions that they get from above reflects the instructions they get from on top. So they were left to die. Now, it just bothers me. It took them 3 weeks. Only when the insurance company sent in divers a week ago, he was able to bring out one. And immediately when he died, within 10 minutes, he came back out. He said, look, they have a guy there, I could bring him out. And he went and he brought him out. Then the Coast Guard locked it down. And I said, well, it's a site of an investigation. No one can go in. They chased him away. Well, it took the Coast Guard a week to get the guy out, to get them out. Now they got 3 of them out and 1 is still missing. It's just sad. I mean, Diana, I know one of the wives of one of the men, and she has 2 children, and she depends on him. She lives on Duncan Street. What is to become of them? Where is the humanity in this society? No, I'm saying this, and Slim, I'm saying this against the background of billionaire politicians who have miraculous wealth. And I'm willing to say that there's a minister in the cabinet who has purchased Trin-City Mall at $320 million. Now, I'm not against a minister having wealth, but how he get all that wealth?
But Gary, let me ask a question. Is that fact or fiction? You sure about that? I'm
Well,
just
I know
asking.
business circles. Let me just say that it is being, or it has been purchased by a company who is sheltered by a company who is sheltered by a company. So it's not that we would be able to trace the owner of the original company because it's all in a shushu. And I can show you quotations made by the Minister of National Security then about how people use companies to protect their identity. And it's white collar fraud. But the truth is going to come out. The truth is going to come out, and it's just going to be one more mark against, well, what people would have hoped would have been a savior against the corruption of the UNC is turning out to be pretty much the same thing. So it's just sad that in 2019, the Prime Minister tabled in Parliament that the President and himself and members of the Cabinet and the Judiciary should be paid a pension equivalent to a salary. I mean, workers working, driving the country ahead, and they're not paid a pension equivalent to a salary. So what makes a Prime Minister any different? I mean, let's be fair about it. Let's be honest about it. Sure, if we had a referendum, would the truck driver and the taxi driver who are suffering more than ever, would the average working person say that it's fair that a Prime Minister should bring to Parliament and pass that he should be paid a pension equivalent to his salary? Where's the humanity? Have we lost our humanity? Where's the love? Where's the love? People struggling to make a living. No, I'm not saying, Diana, I'm not saying that the government does not have to wean the population of certain subsidies. But as an oil producing country, how do we benefit from the oil? The only benefit that the average grassroots man has is that he can afford to run a vehicle at a lower value of the gas. That's the only benefit. Everything else is blown up and spread up where everybody else benefits. But for the poor man, the price of fuel is the benefit of being a net producer, net refiner of oil and gas.
But Mr. Aboud, let me jump in. Are we still in the oil business like we once were?
Well, the question is, why, who decided that we shouldn't be? Why the board of directors didn't make a row about it?
Right.
When Paria announces that it makes X $100 million a year in profit, how much of that profit has been undermined by a secret company who is chaired by the Prime Minister's attorney should get a bunkering license miraculously? They don't own a bucket, they don't own a pipeline, they don't have any bunkering facilities. They're renting fuel storage from a company in the United States called Minerva. How could a company like that get a license like a thief in the night, and nobody in Trinidad and Tobago knows who is the owner of this special company? All we know is that the chairman of the company is the Prime Minister's personal lawyer. Now, you tell me, is it a democracy or a dictatorship of convenience? And this company is making hundreds of millions of dollars selling, importing foreign fuel, selling it at sea. At sea. They don't own a wrench or a spanner, save and except that the Prime Minister's attorney is the chairman. And nobody knows. They haven't filed their annual returns in 3 years. Nobody knows who the owners are, who own the shares, who is the owners. Miraculously, the Board of Inland Revenue don't come down on them. If I did that or you did that, Anselm, they would come down on you. But a third-party company come up with a Queen's Counsel lawyer, the Prime Minister's lawyer, in a nice suit and tie, to say that everything was done above board. Well, how did they get a license? When every young entrepreneur in the country, it's a gold mine that you could break the monopoly of Paria fuel. Nobody in the country has that right. How did a special company, who is chaired by the Prime Minister's Queen's Counsel attorney, get a license to import and sell fuel separately and apart from Paria? Now, where's the democracy? Let me tell you, they could sue me and they will lose because everything I have said is factual. It's published and I'm chasing after them. I have to find out who are the shareholders of this company. Where is the fully paid capital? And if it comes up that it is a famous politician who is hiding behind a shroud, then people are going to say that I'm against this government or against that government. I am not ketchup and mustard, Diana.
And Gary, we want you to come here and expose that. We want you to come here. We will give you the opportunity to come here and expose whoever that person is. Because corruption is...
Because they haven't filed any returns with the as required in law. I have to file annual returns. If I don't file annual returns of who is the owners of my little personal little company, my ass is grass. But they're doing well. Nobody penalizing them. And now you come to say the fishermen, the poor fishermen. Oh my God, Diana, come on, let me get down to fish. People, nobody driving a Mercedes. It's simple people. Sometimes they're lucky and they earn $5,000 in a day. But plenty days they earn $100, $200 for the whole day. And they had to wake up in the morning, 3 o'clock, to go out at sea at sunrise, to spend the whole day to come back in at 6 o'clock. It's not an easy life. And nobody's a millionaire fishing in the sea. Now you come and you increase the cost of fuel. And the fishermen say, well, okay, what they're going to do is they convert the engines to use kerosene mixed with diesel. No, you raise the kerosene and the diesel. No, I'm not saying that based on a careful economic analysis, that Trinidad and Tobago has to stand on its own and become more reliant on the real value of goods. I'm not saying no, but you can't do that in the absence of doing all the other things that are necessary to complement that. So that you spend $500 million, this Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley himself, to build a highway, a 6-lane highway from Kumuto to Guayco. Dinah, go to Kumuto. If you're driving along the road to Kumuto and a car is approaching you, you have to pull aside. The road's so small, only 2 donkey carts could pass. Now you're putting a 6-lane highway from Kumuto. Who going to Kumuto to get to a highway when you have to go on a tiny little road? And then when you're bringing them out in Guayco, it makes no sense. But you spend $500 million. And now you're building this massive highway, and it's almost finished. They have cost overruns. They're probably going to cost the taxpayers $700 million. In the meantime, you destroy the Procurement Act so that you could
hide everything.
But Gary, I want to
you
take you
could
back.
buy and sell any state assets. The Port of Spain, you could buy face masks at $6,000 for one face mask, as happening in the Ministry of National Security. You could do all kind of bacchanal to defraud the Treasury.
Mr.
And
Aboud,
you
going back to
support that. But you come and take the small man and tell him that you have to pay 30% more for gas.
Mr. Aboud.
I can't buy into it, Anslim. I can't buy into it. It's too much going wrong.
Mr. Aboud. Hello, Mr. Aboud.
Are you there, Anslim?
Yeah, you hear me? Are you hearing me?
Anslim, you there? I can't hear you. I lost you.
I'm hearing you.
Anyway.
I'm hearing you. Hold on.
Dinah, are you there?
I can hear. Oh.
I think he got kicked out. He got
All right,
kicked
answer.
out.
Yeah,
Take it for a minute. Take it for a minute. I have a delivery. 1 minute.
I was wondering.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you, Tommy. Go ahead.
I was really wondering if there's a CNG solution for the fishermen, because it seems as though the only thing or the only fuel or that's available that hasn't been raised and is going to probably remain affordable for a while is going to be compressed natural gas rather. And I'm wondering if there's a solution for the fishermen using CNG. I was going to be asking Mr. Aboud that if he thinks that can be suggested, and maybe we can have those in authority assist the fishermen to convert to CNG.
Let me bring Gary back. Okay, Gary, you're back. Are you hearing us?
Yeah, I heard the question about CNG, but you see, Anslim, good governance is a framework that is holistic. You can't deal with one aspect of governance and say, I have good governance. Trinidad and Tobago has the oldest fishery management legislation on planet Earth. On planet Earth. The next country next to us has legislation that was passed 62 years after ours. 62 years, 1980. Nobody has legislation that's passed in the 1940s or 50s or 60s. Our legislation is passed in 1918. So they don't care about poor people. Fishermen are not considered a part of the mainstream economy. And although in March alone they had some 42 pieces of legislation that went to Parliament and was amended or passed, none of it really relates to grassroots issues. It's not relevant to poor people issues. So, okay, you want to deal with the price of gas and fisheries. Well, do 5 things for us, 5 things. Things that we've asked for 20 years, 25 years since I started FFOS. Put radars in place to protect the fishery from poachers and from bandits. We have no radars, so it's a free-for-all on the sea. Pass the legislation for fishery management to control the size of the fish that people are taking out of the sea. Pass and enforce legislation to control the size of the nets Fishermen themselves are taking out babies. So you can't catch a big fish if all the babies are killed. These are not big things. Prosecute oil polluters. They're contaminating our fishery and giving us cancer. There's not been a single prosecution, even though Trinidad and Tobago has recorded over 200 oil spills a year for the past 10 years. So you're destroying the fishery, destroying everything. You're allowing the fishermen to buy nets that's so small that kill the babies. You're contaminating the sea. Every industrial polluter discharges chemical waste into our sea. Every labas is dumping ooze, a chemical ooze into our sea. They're contaminating the fishery and destroying it for us. But you want to raise the price of gas. So, I mean, I'm not against paying a fair price of gas, but let that be in a context of good management where there's a sense of order, where we can protect and enhance a fishery that everybody could make a living. But don't just come up with a knee jerk where this short monster comes out and laughs at us last year and says, well, I've increased the price twice already in the past 2 years. So I think next year, April, ha ha ha, I'm going to increase the price again. Colin Mimbert should have been fired by Mr. Rowley if he had stones for staying that alone. How you could laugh at an issue like that where people are suffering, people scratching ends to make ends meet, and you could laugh about such a critical issue where you sitting on hundreds of millions of dollars to buy malls under the guise of a shadow of protection, but you could laugh at us, laugh at poor people. I mean,
Well, Gary,
just saying,
if
but
Colin Booth was in the United States,
a sense of humility and a sense of sensitivity to be humble in the face of difficult times. And for a minister like that to come out and laugh, I mean, it making me cry to see people catching a royal to make ends meet. Nobody faking this, Anslim. This is real. This is real life. The taxi drivers suffer for 2 years. The banks taking back taxis and bars and all kinds of things that were shut down. But the government come out and tell Camille Robinson Regis paid $10 million, $10 million to contractors and boatyards in Chaguaramas because they suffer from the COVID. But what about all the other people that suffer from COVID? What make Peaks a sufferer? We have a multi-million-dollar yard. All of the contractors are suffering because tourism is suffering in Trinidad because people afraid the violence, they afraid the murder, pirates on the sea. No yachty is safe in the sea. So you come and you throw $10 million for the cobos, for the pigeons, and you leave out 99% of the economy. Everybody else who's suffering. And now you come to raise the price of fuel and laugh in our face.
so Gary, are you hearing me? Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Gary, here's a question from Albert Montano. Gary Aboud, most cars in Canada use regular gasoline. How Trinidad and Tobago do not sell regular gasoline?
But we had a very high level of lead in our regular gasoline, and for several years we had petitioned the government that they needed to address the high lead content. Mr. Manning, instead of addressing the high lead content, he completely stopped the sale of that lower level fuel. So that, I mean, instead of refining the fuel to be with less lead, he removed the fuel. So that put a major strain on the fishermen because you now had to buy this more expensive fuel rather than using the lower level fuel. But there are two sides to the argument. One is whether or not there's a cost saving for the economy and a eternal saving in human health by eliminating the high lead content in the regular. That was, I mean, we had publicized studies that showed that, for instance, police officers that worked at traffic intersections became deep brain dead after 8 hours because of the high exposure to lead content. So there's a very serious issue regarding exposure to lead. I myself, I had a lead poisoning, and for several years I had to change my diet to lower my lead content. So it is a real issue, the high lead content in the lower octane fuel. But the solution wasn't to eliminate it. The more expensive solution was to better refine it. But Mr. Manning, without consulting, and that's the second problem that we have in living in a dictatorship, in a democratic dictatorship, with the type of backyard, bulldog constitution that Dr. Rowley complains about but enjoys. Whatever he says goes, whatever Kamala says goes. So they don't have to consult. Manning never had to consult when he decided to change and spend $100-200 million to change streetlights, even though all the streetlights was working. He could have given every citizen of this republic, every family head, could have gotten $10,000 in their pocket as a bonus for what it cost the country to change streetlights in the country. But he decided he wanted to change the streetlights. Needless to say, the person who got the award to supply the streetlights is a relative of the Prime Minister himself. But he wasn't corrupt. He helped a relative become a millionaire. And today the relative is working in government. So you can say, well, that's a blessing. You have a millionaire relative of the ex-Prime Minister living in La Riviera in a $10 million penthouse. That's good. So the country should celebrate. But I tell you, there's nothing to celebrate about there, because nothing was wrong with the street lights. They were good street lights. You spend $200 million changing street lights for what? For what? In a poor country where 75% of the people can't get running water, where 30% of the people catching a royal to make ends meet with the cost of living. For the month of March of this year, the cost of living has increased 8.4%. I didn't say it.
I saw that.
There's a global inflation. You could ask
Yeah.
Mariano Brown, the ex-minister of finance. He shared the information with me. There's a global struggle going on right now because of the war in Russia, because the instabilities of COVID. There are all kinds of supply chains problems. So at a time like this, we should be conserving and protecting our people, not laughing at us and raising the price of fuel while you buying $300 million malls, and while you as a prime minister passing legislation to ensure that when you retire before this election and hand over to a good lady to run the PNM, you go fix yourself, you getting $80,000 a month in pension, and most people catching a royal to get a $4,000, $5,000 a month in pension.
But Gary, you're talking in double entendre, you know. You say hand over to a good woman to run the PNM. What do you mean by that?
Well, I am hoping that a good woman leads the PNM, but I can't call any name, but it's a good woman.
So that good woman is in the cabinet right now, right? Was she recently reshuffled?
I don't want to say anything, but it's a good lady and it's a friend of mine.
But you ain't calling no name. Gary, you ain't calling no name if the person was reshuffled. I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend.
There are blessed people in the PNM and there are blessed people in the UNC, but power corrupts eternally. And when you get into a prime ministerial position, good people turn into demons because too much power. I say you can't trust any man, any priest, pundit, imam in a room with 10,000 naked virgins. You just can't trust them. The flesh takes over. The power of nature is too powerful for the mind. So likewise, you put a prime minister in a position where he has the unquestionable power. He don't want constitutional reform, but the constitution is the root of our problems. And who is paying the price?
Mr. Aboud, there was a belief that when the current prime minister took office, that we were going to get good governance. Once he got in there and he worked with the playbook that was given to him, he fell into the same trap. At least that's most of our opinions or feelings. Don't you think that regardless of who you put in there, they may go down the same path?
Yeah, I think so.
Mr. Aboud, Gary, do you think Dr. Rowley is the worst prime minister in the history of Trinidad and Tobago? Do you think Dr. Rowley is the worst prime minister in the history of Trinidad and Tobago?
No, man.
Who was worse?
I don't know. Eric Williams was the worst.
You think so?
Yeah, because Eric Williams laid out the playing field to encourage thievery after he had set the playing field with John O'Halloran and Mervyn D'Souza and Francis Pravat and a whole string of cabinet ministers. They institutionalized thievery that everybody that came after them realized the riches to be made in politics. Eric was
But
a
Gary, I want to disagree with you because I believe that Dr. Eric Williams also did things to improve the country. To me, when I look at the policies of Dr. Rowley, there's no innovation. Well, you help me. Can you give me one innovative policy that Dr. Rowley has put in place in the past 7 years?
Let me tell you, Keith Rowley is my friend, so I'm not bad talking him as a
No,
person.
no, I'm asking you the question. I'm asking you one innovative policy that has been implemented in the last 7 years in Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, I think he did institute and carry forward a policy of begging oil companies to pay us a greater percentage of royalties after having gotten away with murder in the export of natural gas to Japan rather than being fixed to the Henry Hub value. I don't know if you know about that issue, but that's a
Gary,
great initiative that him and...
I don't mean to stop you, but you have to do better than that.
Well,
you have to do better than that. Right? The only reason why I'm telling you that is because I teach global business. I want an innovative, I don't want something that happened in the past and you just continue it or you improve on it. I want an innovative policy that Dr. Rowley has put in place and the country of Trinidad and Tobago are benefiting from that innovative policy.
Well, every prime minister we've had has removed embarrassing ministers. Dr. Rowley has removed one, a guy in the Ministry of Sport who was impregnating the country, but he must be commended for putting Fitzgerald Ethelbert Hines as the Minister of National Security, because as a Minister of National Security, I think Fitzgerald is my friend as well, but as a minister, I think he has been the most successful idiot that we've ever had in cabinet. I mean, and he's a brilliant lawyer and he speaks good and he's well educated. But even if people are serious kick mud water on him, because for a man like that to make a statement that he's not to be held accountable because he provides the resources to the various levels of national security and he's not to be held accountable for errors and mistakes that they made, I think, and then not to be removed. Dr. Rowley must be commended for not removing him, but I'm not here to bash Rowley or Kamala.
No, but Gary, I am not trying. This is my this is all right, Gary. So listen, don't answer that question. You don't have to answer that question. Let me give you an easier question then, because you don't want to answer that question because unfortunately, we really can't come up with anything to say that's been innovative in Trinidad and Tobago the last 7 years. Let me ask you the next question. Do you believe that Dr. Rowley is a transformational leader?
No, he hasn't. I think the
So what was that? No?
The weakness of the flesh has overpowered him. And we saw that in the instance of the Tobago, where 80 million was spent purchasing land for a foreign company, where we the taxpayers spent $80 million buying a little piece of land from a still unknown landowner. You see, the country, again, the owner of the Latok estate is hidden. But when the country discovers who the owner is, it's going to be a shock. But elections might have passed by then. But I think we have to say that Dr. Keith Rowley is an entrepreneur, a government entrepreneur, genius. that the likes of which the country has never had before, because we don't know who the taxpayer paid $80 million to buy a little piece of land to build a hotel for sandals. We don't know who the owner was, but I know, but I can't see it because I don't have it in writing, but I know who the owner is. But when the public knows who the
Does
owner
that
is,
person live in Tobago? That person lives in Tobago? Does that person live in Tobago?
no, the person live in Trinidad, escorted
Okay.
with security vehicles.
In the cabinet, and they're in the cabinet.
Maybe a member, yeah, maybe more than a member, but yeah,
Okay,
but
all right.
within our midst.
So
And
we know it's at PNM. So we know the person is at PNM.
I
Right?
am him. Let me tell you how it works. I will
Yeah.
set up a company,
Uh,
and company will set up a company, and
okay.
that company will set up a company.
Okay.
So you can't trace who the original owner of the third company is. It's all buried in directors. You can't
Okay.
trace it. So
Mm,
you never know who the owner of the first company is
mm.
unless you have the inside story on who the first company is.
Okay.
So I mean, it's marvelous. The way you can hide is
Mm,
marvelous. It's unbelievable.
mm,
And the
mm.
directors that you appoint, they will take the brunt of the publicity. So you could appoint preachers and pundits, and they will be the face of the company.
They're the
And
four
until
guys.
even if you file your annual returns, it's only the third company. So I sit on the EITI, the Extractive Industries Transparency Institute, where for 7 years they've tried to get me off as a civil society representative, tracking and tracing whether the royalties paid by extractors are in fact received in the treasury.
Mm,
But we fought to make the EITI more than it is. And it's chaired by, I mean, it's all, I'm not popular inside of there. It's all government people inside of there. And I'm like a lone voice screaming out in the darkness. But one of the things we're fighting for is transparency, so we know who are the players. We know who are the players in the extractive sector, because you could have an oil company and you never even know who the real owners is. It could be the prime minister himself. But the way they can structure it is they can shelter one thing after next. So you could have Idi Amin or Adolf Hitler owning the company, and you would never know.
mm,
So it's, I mean, the same way that the bandits have become more refined in how they steal, the white collar criminals have become more refined in how they steal and how they cannot be caught and uncovered. And my personal view is that it's diabolic. I'm not no priest or no pundit or nothing myself, but I believe in good and evil, and I think we have evil in our midst. And it is people like you, Anslim, and Diana, and the rest of you guys who are interested in what I'm talking about and who recognize the danger that I expose myself to by the mere speaking of it.
mm.
It's really up to you to carry the baton. I'm 63. Somebody asked me, said, well, when you go to a funeral, everybody's younger than you these days. I say, yeah, it's true. So, well, who is going to take over the mantle of the baton after you go? I say, well, everybody. It's left up to you. So,
Gary, we here in the United States of America, we want what's good for the country as opposed to what's good for a party. We really and truly think about country before we think about party. And we get into a lot of trouble for that, because
Yeah.
we don't defend, well, individuals don't defend certain parties, right? And like me, I get into trouble with the PNM because they feel I should put on my red sunglasses and don't care whatever happened. I should just defend that. I shouldn't be a critical thinker or be an independent thinker. I should let them put the food on the table for me, and them go decide how much I will eat and how much I will leave on the plate, right? I don't want them to decide that for me. I want to decide that for myself, you know. But Gary, we want you to stay with us, right? We're gonna go for a short station break,
but
and then we'll be right back. Of course, folks, it's Gary Aboud with us. Of course, he's from Fishermen and Friends of the Sea, and he has
And,
joined us.
and Slim, I had to work tonight. I start work at 8:30 and still at the eating. But you know what? It's been a blessing being with you all.
All
You
right,
I
have
wish
if
to
you
I
get
could
it
go.
on, yeah. All right, no problem. Gary,
Thank
we
you,
want to say
Gary.
thank you again so much for taking the time. Thank you again for taking the time to join us. And you're always welcome in the village, and you share such important information with us. Any
I had to
closing words
receive a
before you go?
delivery.
Say that again, Dinah.
I had to receive a delivery, so
Okay, Gary. Any closing words before you go?
we need a procurement law. They can buy and sell at any price. They can sell the Port of Port of Spain to their friends. Any asset they can give away. The pitch lake, they've given it away already. And they can buy anything at any value, like how the Prime Minister bought the warships. He spent $600 million for 2 warships. He never consulted. And we don't know. We have a history of kickbacks in Trinidad and Tobago. It continues. Let's not be blind and naive about it. It's not a PNM disease. It's whoever is in power. The weakness of the flesh is too much. So, unless your audience can speak about it and share it and discuss it to make it common knowledge and to demand of the MPs better, we need to amend and to bring back the Procurement Act. That's the first step. The second step is we need proper consultation in every decision that the government is taking. Thirdly, we need to know how many and what value of grants the government is getting from all over the world. And we need stakeholders like yourself, like the trade unions, like members of the business associations, the chambers of commerce, the auditors association, to be appointed to sit on every facility that the government establishments that disperse money, so that we can have third-party oversight, even with proper procurement. We need to start protecting our treasury, and we need to have a more humanitarian approach towards those who are suffering the consequences of all of these decades of thievery, starting with Eric Williams and his daughter. It has never stopped. I thank you for listening and bless you all.
thank you.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank you, Gary.
Gary.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
Gary.
man.
Bye-bye.
We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thank you. Take care. Thank you. So, folks, I don't know, boy. When we come back, we have quite a lot of things to discuss tonight. Let me take Gary out of here. We have quite a few things to discuss tonight. Of course, when Gary Aboud comes in, he always brings in some interesting information. So
You know,
Top,
we
the only thing
top
that
of the
get
hour.
on.
top of the
Top of
hour.
the hour.
Yeah, let me go for a quick station identification. It's in the village with the dark triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Let's go for a quick station identification. We'll be right back after this. Stick and stay, don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's in the village with the dark triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. I was also trying to bring in the young lady of the common law wife of one of the young men who died on that boat. And she was supposed to come in. I just sent her a message to see if she can come in. If let me call and see if she could come. Yeah,
You
so
know,
she
but
could come in and talk a little bit about, we get back to that.
I wish
Uh,
Gary had talked about that boating accident some more,
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah, yeah. I wondered,
because
because you know why,
You should bring him back.
yeah, we got to bring him back. I don't understand this, I don't
you,
understand this, buddy.
you see what's going on. The handling of that is like deja vu. You know, it's like the same.
Well, I don't get that, man. A boat turnover, and it take you 2 to 3 weeks before
It's the
you could go down there and rescue whether the people are
same,
alive. You
same
take you.
mindset. Same mindset like Paria. It's the same
It is
mindset.
mind-boggling. What's the Coast Guard supposed to do? What are they doing? What's their job? If they can do it, hire outside people for them to go do it.
No, but
And it's not like this was in a pipe, you know. It's not like there was in a pipe. The excuse before, well, there was in a pipe, and I mean, and they dragged the boat back into the bay, you know. It's not like the boat was outside there, you know. It is my understanding that from the young lady, when they brought the boat back into the bay, that's when the boat sank, you know.
It's like a common procedure to let them die, and then we'll do something.
It's just so crazy. You know,
So
I mean,
I think it's sad, it's sad, very sad.
Listen. I gotta say something, yeah. When this song is played, we have to understand. Listen to this.
Oh yes. Somebody help. Come and put a hand. Come and wipe away the blight and see what the plight that befall the man of this land. What's going on here? I would like to know why the whole world is in a turmoil. So it look as if we fire God from the job and give the work to the Beelzebub. Man, the devil have a hand in running the land. The devil have a hand in running the land. The devil have to never like I understand. The devil have a hand in running the land. The devil have a hand in running the land. The devil have a hand in running the land. The king of Rome never like I understand. Like if Satan in control of running the land. Hey man.
Truth.
Let me see if I can pick this up on here. Hello? Are you hearing me? Yeah, are you hearing me? Hello?
He's not hearing.
Yeah, are you hearing me? Hold 1 minute. Hold 1 minute. Hold 1 minute. Let me try something. Hold a minute. Oh, she gone. She just called me, right? I was gonna see if I could put her in and share the screen. Let me see something. Let me see if I could share my WhatsApp screen. I want to see something. I'm trying something new. Let me see something. Let me see. Yeah, let me tell her call now. I want to try something, yeah, folks. Bear with me for a minute. I am going to see if I could get this young lady to come in. Yes, let me try her. Yes. Yes, but wait. Yes.
I'm trying a thing.
Yeah, trying a thing. Wait for me. Yes, there we go. And wait for me. Yes. So what I'm trying to, I put something on the laptop to see if I can answer her on the laptop, because now my WhatsApp rings on my laptop. So I'm going to see if I could share my screen when she calls and see if I could pick up the call that way. All right. And I hope it's something I'm just trying to see if it works. Okay, let me send her the link. That would be easier, right? I'm gonna send her the link for her to get in. Let me see here. Okay, here's the link. Copy link. That'd be easier. Yeah, I mean, I sent it to her. So there has to be something going on in Trinidad and Tobago, whereas that we just I mean, Diana told me. I mean, what's really going on? I mean,
you know what's going on? The
what?
PNM, and the draconian, outdated, dictatorial policies. Nobody wants. You know when you have an opposition who also represents the populace, and the incumbent cares not to engage with them. Right? So that's the
Diana,
problem.
But Diana, Have you guys heard anything from the opposition on this?
But look, when they're in Parliament and they're trying to present things, and in here in the United States, you have bipartisan law. They pass the laws and they agree, right? Why it can't happen in Trinidad and Tobago? You're working off the people, for the people, by the people, because that's how you're elected. But no, it can't work in the Banana Republic. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Right?
I think we are clear that the way the Constitution is written and the way the laws of the land or the laws that govern the land are written creates a pseudo dictatorship, regardless of who's in power.
But it should not be. The opposition is there for a reason. You debate consciously, professionally, and we come to some sort of agreement. Okay, and money should not only be going in certain constituencies. Money should be going in all constituencies to benefit all the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And that fiasco where all the children, the people are lined up round the corner to get books. Why the government don't just pay the school, the bookstores, all right, or get a stipend or whatever, and let them supply the schools, get the schools, go to the school and drop off the books to the children. Why are they so? Oh, Anselm, they just give me a
But
migraine
Diana,
sometimes. Oh,
I
God.
didn't mean to put Gary Aboud on the spot, right? I just wanted to ask him a question because he might know things that I don't know, and you don't know Tommy, and I don't know. And
basically, we explain the shadow company for
no,
the mall, right?
that was excellent. That was excellent. But I just wanted
Okay.
to know, maybe anybody in the chat, can you guys name me one innovative policy that has been implemented in the last 7 years in Trinidad and Tobago? One. I just want one. Right? I just want one. I don't want two, 1.5. I just want one innovative policy that's implemented in the last 7 years. That's it.
Don't let them come back home. They go bring COVID home.
That is the innovative policy, Diana.
Close the border. Don't let them come back here. Them is the one bringing COVID.
So Renee, are you there? Let me see if I could bring her in now. Hold on. Hello,
Pleasant
Renee,
night,
are
I
you
am
there?
here. Yes,
Okay,
I
all
am.
right. Okay, how are you doing? Welcome.
Well,
So
I am not doing fine. Headache. I really headache. I'm just here,
Put a
so
cool rag on your head, Gil. Put a cool rag on your head.
so
I will get me a rag and wet it. Thanks. Yeah.
let me introduce the person who just joined us. She is Renee Williams. She's the common law wife of one of the person. I don't know if his body was recovered or not, or if he's one. Renee, was his body recovered?
Yes. The person who's dealing with the boat identified him by his gold teeth. They know he has a rasp, so they identified him. They're dealing with it
Okay.
tomorrow, please go. But it seems like they're trying to leave me out of everything now, which is unfair. Yeah.
So tell us what is your relationship to one of those guys who lost their life on that boat. Kind of tell us
Right.
the scenario, but what happened. He was talking to you, and take us back to the beginning if you can.
So that's Saturday when they left the wharf, they left the Port of Spain wharf. He called me when he was by Carrera prison, that is the island with the prison on it. That was about one something. I was in the drive-thru in a restaurant there, and he said, girl, we reach out here and we still take some more load and whatever, some more BRC. I said, okay, well, oh gosh, boy, thing. So he said, you know what, I'm going to take a rest after he spoke to my girls, by daddy and whatever. And it's about after 3, I heard this incident and I really lost it. And days after, nothing, the dragging, the singing, and they're still dragging. And I was expecting the rescue come and fail, expecting the body early. That didn't happen. And I'm still here, messy. No one has reached out to me. I have to be fishing, calling everybody. And they just, as if I'm trying to mind someone else's business. But it's unfair to me. Yeah.
Has the Prime
So
Minister or anybody in authority offered you any condolences?
No one did. My mother, her husband, my brothers, people in New York calling me to ask if I'm okay, and no one in authority. And I go in, I deal with them. Anybody who needs me, because I want betterment for my country, for myself, for my family, and know that I need the support of nothing. I'm being honest. No one, no one, no one.
Well, let me take this opportunity on behalf of WZYE and our listeners in the village and on the station to offer you our condolences.
Oh, thanks so much.
yeah, I mean, this is such a sad. And how long did it take before they recover his body? How was it, like 2 weeks, 16
2
days? I heard
weeks,
two
16
weeks.
days, and now I'm hearing. Well, I went on to forensic today. That was a wild goose chase, and he is not even there. He is in Carolina district with some other thing, and now they're dealing with his sister as next of kin. And I say the mother don't even know what's taking place. She's in Grenada, and she's saying, "Listen, they can't do that. Why are they allowing the sister? Because the sister not even liaise with the mother." Messy things, messy, messy. I have been with him since 2010 and up until Saturday there, as we spoke. That's my common law, and we have two children together, two young girls. No one. I got things for myself for them to go to school. Right now, one of the children need a lunch bag. She went to school with a bag and a school bag. People, no one is reaching out, and it's hard. It's really hard. Yeah.
So did they make any rescue effort at all to try to see if they were still alive in the first few days, if you know?
So what happened? They towed the boat in. The Coast Guard dive. They are saying the water too murky, too dark to dive. And I say, but look at that. We just be looking at Animal Planet, National Geographic, and we will see men diving depths, seeing all kind of ancient fishes and all kind of things. And we don't have that. So we didn't have no type of light to see beneath the water, the level, nothing. And they died. I am left without a husband, two children to mine. So the rescue was a failure. I understand they said that it could have caused more casualties, more, and the courts could have, as I understand that. But how will you, be, how will we leave someone to die like that? They just leave them. And now that they already passed now, it's a whole 2 weeks to get the body, float the boat. When they hear the boat float, they hear the crane burst, and they hear something else, and it back and forth. I don't like it. It's really messing with me, and it's just me and the children home alone here. Nobody's calling. It's hard. Oh gosh. Bring me some water, babe, please. Thank you. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. My 9-year-old is helping me at the moment. Right? She's 9 years old. Jesus Christ. That is what taking
I'm
place.
so. Is in any social network system, the Ministry of
Yeah, the Minister of
uh,
anybody, the Ministry of Social Development,
anybody.
Right.
anybody at all.
So the social worker from the school met me, right? But I went to forensic today because she said she wanted to talk. We spoke. We spoke once. We was good about trying to get some kind of thing with the ministry. They said they can assist me because I don't want no death certificate and I don't want this. I said, Mom, it's an emergency. The children have to return to school on Tuesday. I don't have $1. So the social worker want to talk. Oh God. And I wouldn't want to her, so I went to meet her, but I was, oh yeah, yeah, crazy.
So, I mean, all we can tell you is to try your best. I know it's a difficult time, and a lot of I mean, I don't know what you're going through. I don't want to even think about saying that I know what you're going through. But all I could tell you to do is to, hopefully someone from one of these ministries is going to reach out to you because these are difficult times, and
Yeah.
these emergency situations. I mean, Trinidad should have something in place to deal with an emergency, a stopgap emergency. Well, listen, we have a grant for people like in these emergency situations. We give the people like a $5,000 grant or something,
So,
just
So
to
yeah.
I have to,
just to
I have to go through
comfort
the
them.
process. I have to go through the process of signing up and waiting as everyone. As I said, Mom, it's an emergency. I said, even for the children to go to school alone, you all, they need clippings and they need evidence. I said, Mom, all the evidence is on the news. My husband is that man. His name is Eric Callis. I have children taking his name is on their birth certificate. What other evidence do you need? They still need evidence. I said, oh my goodness. Eh?
You see, Angela? You see what I mean?
Oh God. Yeah, boy. I need the assistance. I went to the clinic on Friday. I went in Port of Spain, put this in the stuff. And I on my left side from my head to my neck was stiff, hurting, pain. I said, you know what, girls, this one is hard, but we're going to walk up to the George Street clinic. And I went there and my pressure was super low. They said, Mom, what are you doing? Are you eating? I said, no, I have no appetite. I cannot eat. I cannot sleep. These things are happening. How am I supposed to be? I'm not comfortable. I'm really not. I am not comfortable. I am unhappy. I am home here. Nobody children. They need assistance. Oh gosh.
We gonna have to put her in touch with Miss Billy in Tobago, so she can talk with her.
Yeah,
Miss Billy.
we gotta put you in touch.
Yeah,
with
we
someone.
have a counselor in Tobago. Very nice lady. She
and Lana, you are so correct. This is actually this is a failed system. The system has totally failed. That's why I asked him, name one innovative. If there is an emergency of a situation like this, it happened. The man passed away. His family should have some sort of, get them a grant.
Donna Cox.
Was it just to give them a grant? $5,000 to hold them over till whenever. How difficult is that?
Imsbert, who else? Dr. Rowley, what happened to you? And you have these children suffering here. All this sickening, boy.
It's too sad. It's really sad, the truth, man. It's sad. It's sad. And then they want to go and raise the pension. They want to go and raise the pay. They want to go and raise everything that they have.
For themselves, for they alone.
Right. Only thinking about themselves. Right? You know what? If I was a minister, I say, you know what? Take my razor pay. And Miss Williams, you have it. Give she my razor pay.
That is a person. That is a person with a heart. That is compassion we're dealing with there. Yes.
Oh my God, boy! The Bible say hard. They're really hard in their hearts, harder than wax. They're hard in their heart like stone.
Covetousness, all the things, greed, lovers of themselves, more lovers of money. But yes, it's true.
They're hard in their heart like stone. To them two little children, they need to go to school, and you had this woman here. Come on, Donna Cox. Oh God. All them weave, you just be wearing. Stop weaving your damn head and give this woman some money to put them children in school.
Boy.
Yeah, and you that what do you want? Dolly Gadsby? And Slim, I tired of the PNM, I'm fed up with them. I'm tired of them for truth. Dolly Gadsby should be involved. Imsbert, Donna Cox, and Dr. Rowley. All of them should be liaising to fix these people here.
I went as far
as this woman.
Not to cut you off, I went as far as messaging the office of the Prime Minister. Someone called me, Ma'am, what I did was wrong. You should have gone to the ministry. I said, Ma'am, I went there, but nobody contacted me. I even messaged I emailed. I didn't call. I emailed the Prime Minister's office, and someone called me privately and telling me, no, don't do that. I need to hold on. But she actually asked me who is my the councillor, the MP, this and that, and this, and up to today's Tuesday night, nobody as yet. Let me say as yet, as yet, up to now, from that time to now. So,
how long it has been?
16 days.
So how are you guys eating and stuff?
There's a change I have passage for tomorrow. I'm being honest. I don't know what to do. I say I want to go back to the ministry and say, listen, I ain't getting that certificate yet, and this is what I have. I want to show them it. I don't know again. I tried. I really, really tried as a parent. It's kind of shameful because everybody here and they will know and all of that. Because I went as far as going to the media. And even when I went to the media and to find out what taking place when the incident took place, the people who is involved with the vessel is telling me I going to jeopardize the claim and the insurance. I said, so wait, nobody care about me? So nobody at all then? You telling me I jeopardize it, I understand that part. I said, but if somebody had reached out to me, I would have hushed my mouth. Nobody reached me. It was the 8th. It was the 8th when I went, the 8th of that day. Oh God, boy. And they are telling, so I felt terrible. I felt like I was abandoned. Everybody left me like I was, oh God. I'm talking here, my head bursting. I think I have to go. Ouch.
Rest
I
yourself.
think I
Rest
have to
Yeah,
yourself.
go.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We don't
Okay,
want to.
okay, okay.
We don't
Yeah.
want
Put a
to. Yeah,
cool
yeah.
compress on
Renee,
your
I'll be
head.
in
Put a
contact
cool
with you,
compress.
okay? I'll be in
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
contact.
thanks so much. Have a
I'll
blessed
be in
night.
I'll be in
Show.
contact with you too. Ansela will
Okay.
share
Okay,
your information with me.
okay. All
Later.
right, take
Bye.
care.
Thank you.
All
Ooh,
right, bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye.
Lord, Father God, Father God. See,
Yeah.
Anselm? And
So
we
will I play
wait
that
now,
song?
wait
So
now. We go hey, look, you go hear your friend on that radio station readers make up these stories.
now them don't care about things like that. Them ain't have no time for that.
Readers
That's not
make
them
up these
forte. Because
stories.
if them bring them thing to light, they will feel them people making the government look bad. That's what it is. Them don't gonna highlight that, because if you highlight that, you're all trying to do is to make the government. Nobody trying to make the government look bad. If the government do
Lady,
what the government's supposed to do, nobody gonna make them
lady.
look bad. They leave our people 16 days under the
Ooh.
water and talking about the water murky. What kind of 18th century thing is that, boy? What kind
Coast,
of dinosaurs we have running the country in Trinidad, boy? We have a set of
coast,
dinosaurs, you know.
Coast Guard
And you know
again.
what? All of them should go.
Hey,
Every one of them. All of them.
don't insult the Coast Guard. Don't insult the dinosaurs, I beg you, please.
You know, but it seems as though they don't want these people, when they get into trouble, to survive. They make sure that it's like if they're trying to reduce the population numbers.
I don't know. No?
No, it is just always see what happening every time, every week, boy. Something gruesome happening in Trinidad. Somebody just sent me something here. Somebody just sent me something. I'm gonna read this for you, right? Although I don't like to read stuff that's not factual, but somebody sent this just to prove what I'm talking about with what Gypsy saying. Let me see, somebody send me this. Where it is? Wait now, oh no, I think the person sent it to me on Messenger. Let me see. Messenger. I think it's on Messenger.
I gotta put on my heat. Up in this place cold.
Hold on, eh?
Lana, I don't believe that they don't have the proper equipment. I don't believe that. That's untrue. They have equipment.
Yeah. Nah. We making no excuse for them, right? It's a so people in the chat. Many of you who live in Trinidad, can you guys name me, please, one innovative idea that's happened in Trinidad in the past 7 years? One, just one. I'm begging all you, please. Only give me one now. I want, only please make me look bad. Please, I'm begging all for you to make me look bad. All that says my government, right? So I want all of give me one innovative idea that this government has come up with. Just one. I only want one. And all you could do is send it to any PNM friends all you have and ask them for one innovative idea in the past 7 years that this government has implemented. Just one. You know, I just saw this thing here. I wonder if this is where I saw it. Hold on. The person just said they just found a body somewhere. Oh, here it is. Oh, Vonnie Roberts just sent it to me. Trinidad Express. Wait. Hold on. Okay, here it is. It's a decomposed body was found this afternoon, mere meters from where the body of Andrea Barrett was discovered in 2021, along the heights of a repo road. That's what they're saying.
You telling me they know that that's a dumping ground and they haven't put any stealth cameras in that area? I mean, it's so inexpensive to install stealth cameras that they can monitor from time to time if there's an incident. I don't know. Like that country is going back.
Tommy, I don't think you saw this. You see that?
Yeah, that's CCTV, but there's other stuff that they can use. I mean, I don't know, and it's inexpensive. The stuff is cheap.
Nah, cheap. Them don't. You mad cheap? And cheap in Trinidad, man. Come on, come on, man. Tommy.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah.
man.
They had to spend plenty money for stuff that don't work.
Correct is right. Raj, we welcome. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I don't know, man.
Look how many look how many bodies were dumped in that same area. I mean,
I don't know. And today, right? Today, think about this, right? And that's why I'm saying I'm asking about innovation and critical thinking. If I am the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, and I hear the Ministry of Education say they're going to open school on the 19th, right? Fine. And then I hear the Minister of Finance say we're going to raise gas on the 19th. I will simply say to the Minister of Finance, or before he even goes public, boss, we can't do that. You can't raise gas and open school the same day. It ain't making sense. Or they make it make sense now. You cannot do that. Right? And even if you want to raise the gas price, right? Don't raise it on the same day that school reopens. After 2 years, Trinidad has been in the world the longest that children have been out of school. That's an article in BBC. Longest they've been out of school. And then you just come just so, boy. And you know what's sad, boy? And listen to this, Tommy. Now, we have to be honest when we are having these type of debates, right? Gas prices are high or have been raised all across the world because of the war between Ukraine and Russia. We here in the USA are paying, last year this time, we might have been paying $2.79, right? For unleaded, right? Now it's $3.99, $4.14, $4.15, $4.89. Some places is $4.89. Gas prices have gone up because of what's going on in the world today. It's global. However, when we look at Trinidad and Tobago, when a barrel of oil was $45 a barrel, they raised gas prices in Trinidad and Tobago. Now a barrel of oil is almost doubled, and they're still raising gas prices too. So what gives? What gives? When does the population benefit from the resources of the country? When? It appears to me never. They're never going to benefit. And
yeah, the administrators will. The administrators will.
Oh yeah. The people, they and their cronies are going to benefit, right? And when you look at it, man, if you're the leader, if I am the Prime Minister, let me put myself in that position. If I'm the Prime Minister and I see what's suffering going on in Trinidad and Tobago, right? Many different things happening, gruesome murders, all kind of things. A fire in the Beaton, sewer in the Beaton, traffic jam down in the west. It's every single week something, traumatic happening in the country. And you know what we was like? You know when we were like that, Tommy and Diana? When Donald Trump was in power.
That's right.
It's every week something used to happen. Every week. Something drastic used to happen. If he's sending back people on the border, if you want to build a wall, if he's changing your taxes, was always something. And it's the same thing with this government in Trinidad and Tobago right now. Right? It's the same thing. Right? When is it going to end? When is it all when is something positive going to happen for Trinidad and Tobago? And let me say something. My partner Eugene Julian, Mean Gene, right?
Mean Levi Jean.
Don't call my partner no names, eh? Don't call my partner no names.
Levi.
Don't call my partner no name. So my partner say there was 0 deaths in Trinidad, and he say yes, something to jump on and be happy about. I say, really, boy? I say, really? Yeah, it's something to be happy about, right? 0 deaths, right? You know what? Maybe that's the first time in the past 7 years that Trinidadians have something to be happy about.
0 death from COVID. People
Yes,
dying from other things.
No, 0 death from COVID, right? Something to be happy about. So I think he's right. Let me take that back. I think he's correct. Let me say hello to Khadija Dynasty. Khadija Dynasty. I think Khadija is new. Say hello to Khadija, folks. Khadija. Welcome to
the village.
That's Khadija, I mean.
No. Can't be.
Lana says, one innovative idea by Minister of National Security. My job is not to protect anyone.
Yep.
Lana, Tommy?
Yes.
From Albert Montano sent a message to you. He also gave us a message earlier. He says, Tommy, the government don't care about ordinary people, especially if they are suffering ones.
Yep.
Now, Chris Watson says, right, when it had the pandemic, the taxi drivers raised their prices because it was half capacity. And up till now, they not dropped their prices and want to raise it again. Shame on them. Is it really a shame on them, boy Chris, boy? They can't control the raising prices of gasoline. So somebody got to feel the brunt of it. I think it's shame on the government.
Yep.
I don't think it's shame on the taxi drivers. They got to survive too. They got to live. They have to live, right? Yep. So when they go to the gas station and they pay more for gas, what they're supposed to just eat that difference? Of course, they're going to pass it on to the consumers, right?
But
the government,
when they were lessened in their capacity, they raised their fare. Did they roll back the fare when they were allowed to go full throttle on capacity?
But Tommy, now they could go full capacity. Gas prices are more expensive.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that they increased their fares for lessened capacity.
Correct.
Did they roll the fares back when they were allowed to go full capacity?
But no, that was just the other day.
I'm just asking. I'm just thinking.
No, but, all right. Let's say they roll back the fares, right? And then they go raise it again.
I don't think they roll back the fares. I don't think.
No. They didn't roll it back. You are correct. They didn't roll it back, right? But yeah, but it's like it's anarchy over and over. Every time the government does something, right? It's something to put your knee on the people's neck in Trinidad and Tobago. Every time something is done, they're putting your knee on your neck. It's like them just go to sleep and wake up in the morning and say, all right, what kind of sufferation we can put on these people today? How can we suffocate them a little more? Right? And listen, all the wrong road, I go and raise my pension, you know. I have to get mines. Right?
But your party anthem.
My party is the Libon party, eh? That's my party, eh?
Let me rephrase. That's the party that I support.
Okay. Whatever you say. My party is the Libon party, eh? Right? Until my party decide to give me a credit card when I go into the grocery and I can swipe a P&M card. Oh, right? Or if the UNC will take my UNC card when I go to the grocery, when I go to the gas station and I'm paying high prices for gas. Right? Them is my party. Yeah, plain talk, bad
Yeah.
manner.
Them is the ones that don't want you calling in on the station, and they go down and block you.
What, they go block you, they go kick you out of the group, right? He ain't saying nothing to offend anybody in the group, but they'll kick you out because now he's an anti-PNM. Yeah, you see Jackie Lazarus and them, all of them. Another one who's sitting in my house too. Yeah, kick him out of our group because he ain't supposed to be saying them things. But them, you see them wicked and evil, and God don't like wicked and evil people. The PNM under Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley has become a wicked and evil party. Let me repeat that. Let me repeat it. Let me go solo and repeat it for you. Let me repeat that. Hold up. Let me get rid of that one day. Right. The PNM under Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago, has become a wicked and evil party. I say that. They're wicked and evil. And a fish doesn't rotten from the tail. They're wicked and evil. It's like every single week they want to do wickedness upon people. Wickedness after wickedness after wickedness. Well, I would just say it's fet after fet after fet. With them is wickedness after wickedness after wickedness.
And Slim, don't go Trinidad and the police go lock you up in the airport.
No, me ain't going Trinidad. You, me ain't going to why going Trinidad for them to lock me up? Nah, you go Trinidad for them to lock you up.
Who they gonna lock up? Why they gonna lock
up? Special handcuffs waiting for you in Piarco Airport. You don't have your name on it already. Diana Benskin, Stormy Lee Storm McDonald. Diana Waverly Benskin, Stormy Lee Storm McDonald.
That is abuse of power.
And they have it written in red for you, Diana Benskin.
I don't care. They could put it in orange, pink, purple. I don't care. You think I care?
Yeah. All you, this regime. And all you, my belief, and Jack Austin Warner said, that Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley is the worst prime minister in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. I agree with that. Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley is the worst prime minister in the history of Trinidad. The worst, hands down. But he went to the Trinidad Political Olympics for the worst prime minister, right? And he went by 5 meters.
Who get
5 meters?
Who's seconding that in the chat? Anybody seconding that in the chat?
Nobody that is second that. It's based on performance. Performance beat old talk all the time. Performance. I still want all you to give me one innovative idea under this government led by Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. One innovative idea. One.
He lock out the citizens.
Hey, you know, Diana, you're correct. But wait now, Diana Benskin, I never thought somebody would have come up with the idea. You are absolutely correct, Diana Benskin. But let me go back to the chat. Lions Love, welcome. Lions Love says, Wall Street, please hold these noises. Please hold the noises to the grindstone. Please let your audience ask the tough question. Troy Smith says, Anselm, we have to go to the river to catch sardines.
Yeah. No. Wabines, not sardines. Wabines.
Troy Smith says, Anselm, we have to go to the river to catch sardines because they raise gas and we can't afford kingfish or carry.
You got not even sardine, wabine.
Oh God. So Chris Watson says, Gary, your industry, the government want to destroy. Your industry, the government want to destroy it. No more fishing from Trinidadian. China going to take it over just now.
Oh Lord.
Albert Montano says, the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard are not trained to rescue anyone in trouble at sea. So Albert, wait now. So then they should change the name from Coast then.
Oh God.
They should change the name to Land Guards. They should be called Land Guards. Them should be called Coast Guard no more, if that's the truth.
They're trained to shoot babies.
No. Don't go after them for that. Philip, Chris Watson says, Philip Alexander trying to create a next protest like Section 34. But the trade union not on board for that. The trade union is paying them. How the trade union going to be paying them, Chris? Come on, Alan. Lana, I see that. I was going to ask that guy the question about sustainabilities. I had it. Oh, Tommy.
Yep.
Hear what Albert Montano say about you. You know, Albert Montano does bad talking in the background, you know.
It's all right.
Hear what he say. It's Ansem and Tommy government doing the damage.
Yep.
Yeah, Tommy. Let me repeat it, dummy. Albert Montano says, Chogas have a song about Montano. Chogas have a song about Montano. I don't think he's talking about Albert though, but he was talking about Albert family. It's Ansem and Tommy government doing the damage. So all of a sudden, Tommy, we own the government now. You and I is the government. Huh?
All they vote for them and support them.
Who is the government now?
All they vote for them, and that's the party that I support. And you carry him around, and you take him to Wall Street, and you put him up in your house, and that your friend. That you had dinner, and you gave him champagne and all kind of thing. You know, that your friend. That your friend. Long that your friend and them. You know, so.
So Capiza says, Ansem, Marshall Montano got $250,000 for his innovative cocoa. Innovative cocoa? If something growing in Trinidad, that'll be innovative.
No more wabi, no cascadoo. The thing that hard, boy.
Well, go by the river and catch some new kind of fish. There's some fish flying from Jamaica or Barbados.
No more wabi. Where the wabi go? The wabi swim and go on Venezuela.
Yeah, the Wabin and them, even the Wabin and them leaving Trinidad. They say, nah, we can't take this suffocation, yeah? It's suffocation and suffocation. We don't want to deal with that.
They may have no proper drain to swim in.
Too much fridge and stove in
Nana said, innovative idea from 400 scholarships to 100.
Lord.
Innovative idea, close down Petrotrin. Innovative idea, cut school feeding program. Lana.
Yep.
Yeah, innovative idea, let athletics pay for themselves to go to the Olympics. But you know, we did very good. We did very good at Carifta, and as you said that, let me look up the thing. I was very happy with our performance at Carifta this year. Let me see what it is here. We did well. Here it is. So folks, we have to compliment our kids on going to Carifta, and well, they actually finished 4th on the medal table, but they had the 2nd highest medals. But listen to this. Jamaica had 97 medals, and we had 23. Think about it. So I didn't do the maths, but let me do the maths now. Yeah, let me do the maths. 23 divided by 97. Right? Well, think about it, Oh God, I don't want that. Yeah. By 97. Right. So think about it now. We had 23 medals, right? 25%. Which is about
about 25%.
Yeah, about 23%, 24%. Right? So watch now. Jamaica could have said, you know what? Give me half the medals, half of 97. Right? Let me just round it off. It's 150. Half, right? And then Jamaica could have said, you know what? Let me take another half. 25. You know, they still beat me. And let me tell you the difference, You see, Jamaica invest in track and field. That's why when Jamaica goes to the Olympics, Jamaica could stand with the best of the best And I tell you, a lot of the Jamaicans are homegrown. All these folks in Carifta is homegrown in Trinidad, you know. But I want to implement a new program in Trinidad. I have to get parents like myself who are Trinidadians, and they have kids, and they are good runners, and they're excellent, but they can't make the US team. Tell them go and run for Trinidad. That's the only way we're going to compete in track and field. Because they do it in football. Right? America does it. There's a lot of people on the American team who are not born in this country, but their parents are American. That's a new wave. People may not be happy with it, but that's a new wave. That's how you can compete on a global stage these days. So when we get 23 medals and Jamaica get 97, oh God, we used to be finishing second on the table all the time, you know. Now British Virgin Islands beating us, boy. The BVI must have about, what's the population of BVI? Let me see the population of BVI.
About 60,000.
I ain't sure, you know. Let me see. Population of BVI. POPU. Population of BVI. Nah! It couldn't be. No. Google it wrong. Let me ask Siri, what is the population of British Virgin Islands? I'd ask Siri because Google wrong.
These pictures should match.
What? Hold on. Let me ask Siri. All I ask is Siri online. Siri, what is the population of British Virgin Islands?
What is the population of the British Virgin Islands?
Well, like Siri, you want to answer the phone?
2020, the population of the British Virgin Islands was 30,237.
You heard that?
Yeah! Nah!
30,237.
Oh, what the? What? Tommy, that's Siri or Alexa? That must be Alexa. Only believe that?
Not even 100,000.
I thought it was closer to 60.
30,237.
But listen to this. Them win 4 gold medals. 4. 1 girl alone win 3. Only make it make sense now. And then we have a person who never pitched marbles in she life.
Oh Lord.
Never played netball, but she's Minister of Sports.
Oh boy.
At least Diana played hockey. She was the goalkeeper. And when she want people to score goals, she used to move the goalpost. But at least she played.
Funny answer.
That's funny. You didn't tell me that, Diana?
No.
Take the goalpost and go home?
No.
Then Diana get vexed. Diana pick up she goalpost and go home.
No, that was cricket. That was cricket and football. If they didn't give me an early position in cricket, I took the ball and climbed a tree, and nobody played. Right? And if they didn't give me a nice spot, I didn't want to be no wing in football. I wanted to be center or something like that, or goalie in football. I ain't running up and down the damn field in the hot sun.
Diana and Tommy, what is skimble? Zayed, welcome. Zayed says skimble answer. What is that? I don't know what that is now.
Kimble or Kindle?
No, I don't know. It was skimble. I don't know what it is. Let me see what it is.
Kindle.
No, it says skimble. SKIMBLE.
I don't know.
Skimble. What is that? Skimble. Here it is.
I have no idea.
I can Google it.
Yeah, Google it, but I come up with nothing.
Oh, you did?
It must be an acronym for something.
I don't know. Zaid, you gotta fix that, brother. I don't know what that means. No, I don't know. Right? Yeah, so
As a workout trainer by Skimble, some sort of
yeah,
training.
that's what I see too.
Mhm.
I see Gimbal, Gimble. Somebody put,
Yeah, yeah,
Rajvi put up.
I don't know. Yeah. Albert Montano said last
A
year.
mobile fitness company.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. Last
Mm.
year, 98 cents per liter. Now between 172 to 100, $1.72 to $1.79 per liter. But
Hmm.
Ontario and Canada, federal government give grants. Yeah, you got
Mm.
grant in Trinidad. If you want grant in Trinidad, you have to store away to Tobago.
Hmm.
You have to go away to Tobago.
But wait, Barbados only get 11 medals for going on?
Barbados,
Yeah.
What's their population?
248,000.
250, 200 something thousand.
248,000.
Bahamas get 17. Dominica get 2. Oh dear.
Yeah, yeah. We had to take on. But Barbados is not normally in the top three in character. This is character, by the way. Not normally top three. Well, it used
Yeah,
to be.
they.
It used to be Jamaica, Trinidad, Barbados, Guyana, British
Mm.
Virgin Islands, and Bahamas. British Virgin Islands never used to be in the top. Never. They're just too small.
And the last big thing we had from Barbados was Obadali Thompson.
Yeah. But you also had a guy who was a hurdler. I think he won a silver medal in the 110 hurdles.
Mm.
Brathwaite was his last name. He was pretty good too. Hey, I thought Alyssa Takeisha and Lana was supposed to mean.
And then he married Marion Jones, the one that you know,
But I
supposedly
think they're
had.
still married, you know.
Yeah. Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's
But
supposed suppose.
she was stripped of something.
Yeah,
She
because they claim she doped up. I don't know.
well, I had asked the question previously that she husband was first busted for steroids, and I believe that Marion Jones had to be on steroids too.
Mm.
If your husband get busted for steroids, you have to be on steroids too, right?
Maybe the first husband, not Obadali.
No, not Obadali, the first husband.
Uh,
If he get busted for steroids, she had to be on steroids too.
Not necessarily. Maybe he
Of
spiked
course,
the
of
food.
course, she had to be on steroids.
Maybe he spiked the woman food and she don't know. Huh.
Diana, if they had any sexual intercourse, right?
Mm.
He passed on some steroids to her.
Well, unknowingly.
What unknowingly? That's
Oh
what
no.
unknowingly.
Mhm.
so she could test positive too as well.
Oh gosh.
But
Yeah, I
she
mean,
ain't. But come on. Why they stripping she steroids from she? She
because
ain't take no
no,
steroids
no, she did
willingly.
take steroids. She took steroids.
Oh, you know, you see she took. You see she take it.
No, I knew a friend who was the coach of the team, and she admitted that she took it too.
Oh, she admitted. Well, I didn't
Yeah,
know
she
that
admitted
part.
it, and she went to jail too.
She went to put she in jail.
Yeah,
I,
because she
I,
lied. She lied.
I, I didn't know all of
Google
that,
it.
Papa. Yo.
Yeah. She lied on the oath, and she ended up in
Mm.
jail.
And Obadali still marry her.
Hmm. Well, I
Mm,
mean, that
really
is
look.
that the man wife. I don't know if they're still
And
married though.
he married her after all. He really love her. Oh, I
Well,
see
it's
she
love.
ex-hus. I see she ex-husband. He looks like a slime ball.
No, he was a shot putter for the
He died.
US.
He died at 52.
He died.
Marion Jones' husband, ex-husband, dies at 52.
Oh yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
He look like a
Yeah.
slime ball in his face. Hmm.
Capiza says Ansem does lie. He's a P&M financer. He's a P&M
Ooh.
financer.
Hmm.
Vonnie Roberts said, you can see the villagers having to fix the roads. This is what's taking place here. Where's our pitch lake? I thought they sell the pitch lake.
To China.
Look. Lana have plenty innovative ideas, boy. Sit for 12 hours at the hospital unattended. All kind of.
Put seniors out in the rain to stand up for things.
But watch. Vonnie Roberts saying I have to be careful because I would not get the 2 billion painted. I mustn't speak the truth. I rather speak the truth, boy. Martin Luther King says your life ends the day you remain silent about things that matter.
Yep, he sure did.
Yep. Plain talk, bad manners.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You know, these individuals have said so many things that we could follow. So many things, boy. You know, I mean, Frederick Douglass says power concedes nothing without a demand. You know, and we just allow certain things to happen. Look at it today, right? Today in Trinidad, if the people, let me go back. Let me digress a little bit. Let me go back to the pushback movement on this weekend. I told them, I said, if only they'll get 10,000 people in that march, or they're wasting all their time. Vonnie Roberts, how much people they get in the march? I want to know, because I wasn't there. I'm just asking. How many people went to the pushback march with Andy Williams, Slighty K, and Wordsmith? Joan, is Joan in the chat? Joan, you went to the march? I want to know. Troy Smith, you went to the march? Troy Smith, I want to know if you went to the march. You say you went to the march. Lana, did you go to the march? Nadia, did you go to the march? Did you go to the march? Kapiza, did you go to the march? I asked all you. Rajvi, you went to the march? Vonnie Roberts says, answer, but you have contact in your party. Dominic and Aisha, contact? You mean contact lens? You need to get some contact lens. Eh?
They don't like Anselm.
Who said that?
They don't like you.
Who don't like me?
Your party.
Nah, they like me, man. They just don't like me when I talk the truth.
They don't like you.
No, they like me. I feel they like me. I feel they like me.
The way that one lambasted you the other day.
Who's that?
Whatever her name is. Lambasted you.
Hey, listen now. And Good Friday, you know. And the sad thing was, his son was right there, you know. And she cussed. Oh, God. Boy. And then she asked God for forgiveness, eh? Them good, you know. Hey, Dana, there's no more Wabin. Now Casco do. Yeah, boy.
Well, let go some Zandoli in the drain. They go adapt.
But listen, it's not only the president and the AG, you know.
Let go some Zandoli. They go adapt. They go spawn and make some swimming lizards.
All right, the automated top of the hour just played it.
That will be edible.
Where is it, Anna?
Let go some Zandoli in the drain, and they will adapt to becoming fish.
Zandoli?
Yeah.
Please. Boy.
Right, Tommy?
All you know, finds out the country, you know. You know who's the acting national minister of national security? Take a guess.
Need I guess?
I could guess that in one swoop.
Who's that?
Mr. Salt.
Mr. Old.
Yeah, that is it.
Mr. Salt, that in everything.
Stuart Young, boy.
Let
me see what he's going to do. They said, let me see. Let me see, out of the country, chief.
He coming to look for the dark triplets.
Who's that? Somebody say that?
He coming to look for the dark triplets.
Nah, he ain't coming to look for me.
He coming to look for you first, Anselm.
Nah. So there was a release, a media release. The Ministry of National Security, which is to advise that Minister of National Security, Honorable Fitzgerald Hines MP, will oversees an official business for the period April the 19th to the 21st. During this time, the Honorable Stuart R. Young MP will act as Minister of National Security. That's
Hip
a
hip
media
hooray.
release from the Ministry of National Security.
Hip hip hooray.
Yeah, Diana, your friend coming to
Okay.
look for you for when you come to Trinidad and they have to lock you up. he coming, he coming, he coming to give, he coming to pre-warn you before you go.
Right. Very good.
You're getting pre-warning, but that's a good thing, Diana.
That's very, very good. I'm glad I know you coming. Let me know when he coming. I could put on a soup, a bubble, a pot for him.
Mm-hmm.
You sure he ain't going to give some advice of what to do with Putin?
So, Diana, you told me on Gary. I know I'm the Gary yet. The Archbishop wanted to stop bad talking Trinidad and Tobago.
Who Archbishop is that now?
The Archbishop in Trinidad and Tobago. He went to stop bad talking.
Who is the Archbishop? What was his name?
What's his? Hold on, let me get his name for you.
So you have permission, Wall Street, to bad talking?
Wait. I want to know his name. Let me start with his name.
Hold on. Let me get his name. I'll send these links to my phone.
Give me a name quick. Quick. And what is his religion? What denomination he is? Already.
But the truth be told, I only focus on solutions.
Tommy, I ain't backing down. I want to know his name and I want to know what religion he is.
There you go. Roman Catholic Archbishop Jason Gordon.
Roman Catholic.
Archbishop Catholic Jason Gordon was yesterday critical of people who continue to make negative comments about their country and urged them to strive to be more patriotic. Wait now. You can't talk about your country and be patriotic.
You done? You done? When you done talk, let me talk now.
Okay.
You done?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Roman Catholic Archbishop have marbles to come out and tell me to stop talking bad about the country when the Pope, that whole establishment, is the ones who have the whole Caribbean in a mess. He wants me to stop talking bad about a country when the blueprint that the Catholic put down is what got we in a mess that we in now. Listen here, Mr. Archbishop. Don't get me started, you know. It's all the establishment that built ship and went and teeth we out of Africa and bring me here and mess me up. Don't get me started, Mr. Archbishop. You want me to get started? Don't talk bad about the country. Who just got the place, the world the way it is now? Don't get me started, Mr. Archbishop. I'll take you on one-on-one, One-on-one, I'll give you some history. Don't get me started. It's all empirical nonsense. I went and mess up the whole world and bring people and have them in bondage for how many hundreds of years? And there's the fallout that happening now. And I can't talk bad about because look, don't get me vexed, sir. Don't get me vexed. All right, go ahead.
He says, we are a beautiful country with amazing people. We have the most amount of talent, more creativity per square capita in the world, he said in delivering the homily to a packed congregation at the Easter Sunday Mass at the Cathedral of Immaculate Conception, Independence Square, Port of Spain. Gordon also exhorted families to pray for one another, including errant relatives.
Yeah.
So Diana, you and Tommy had to stop by talking in here.
Yeah. I tell Janine Brandt that too. That highlighting all the ills that are plaguing the nation.
But why only highlighting the negatives, though, Diana?
Look, don't get me vexed now.
They're asking that question. There's nothing positive happening in Trinidad and Tobago.
I want my reparation from that Vatican that robbed all my people for all them years. How about that, Mr. Archbishop? I want reparation For all my African and Indian people that only make me work hard in the sun planting cocoa, tobacco, and sugar cane. And we catching me nenen. And then people sitting on thrones. And look, Mr. Archbishop. Listen, talk and next talk now. Huh? Look at me vex here now, I was cool drinking my lemongrass tea and minding my business. Huh? And you come talking about the bad talk the country? With the reparations from all here, the Pope sitting down up in there in this big fancy thing that you rob all these countries, all their riches. Huh? And I always remember where I read that you're the establishment that you fall under, or they enslave my people, say that we it is okay because we have no souls. Don't come and talk to me about what? Don't bad talk my country, eh? All right, carry on. Bring he on the show for me. Let me educate he.
Oh God, Diana. I'll look and invite the Archbishop, yes.
But bring he on the show. Let me educate he. Why? Who he feeding in Trinidad and Tobago?
No, there's few people, man. There's few people.
There's few people. I go bad talk it until it get fixed. The whole place get fixed. But don't tell you represent an institution that I really don't care for.
Well, maybe he's trying to change it, Diana. Maybe he's trying to change it.
I don't care for. Historically, y'all don't sit too well with me. Because you're all you build ships. You're the people that you working for, they build ships and thief my people and bring them and keep them in bondage. Don't start with me, Mr. Archbishop, today. All right, go ahead.
So Joan said she's staying out tonight. She tells Vonnie Joan, why are you staying out tonight, Joan? What's going on? Anyway, Albert Montano says, answer how many good running tracks in Trinidad and Tobago? Albert Montano, that is an excellent question. That is a fantabulous, splendiferous, marvelous, tremendiferous, spectacular question. Really and truly. Albert Montano. I like Wordsmith. I like, ever follow the underground reporters I just call him Wordsmith. Right? Albert, there's two good running tracks in Trinidad and Tobago. There's one at Dwight York Stadium in Tobago, and there's one in Port of Spring called the Hasty Crawford Stadium. All them rest of that tracks is waste of precious time. Them is not really running tracks. Them is just jogging tracks where they put there for the World Cup there in Trinidad. Jack wanna put on them running tracks, them jogging tracks. If you're training them track, you're going injured.
And they're full of grass. Them track. Them is what do you call them? Raised grass ground.
Yeah, them is for goat to run on. them is running tracks. Yeah, but I saw we isn't that, but no, Albert, that's a very good question. Very, very good question.
Oh, Lord Father. I let me tell you, when I went to Fatima RC, you know much Hail Mary full of grace I had to say?
Well, you
Lord Father.
I went to Calvary Roman Catholic. We had to go down the road to Rosary Catholic, to the church in Rosary. We had to go.
And when you had to go and get confession, bless me, Father, for I have sinned. What did you do, young lady? A coffer boy in the head. Okay, well, don't do that, young lady, and bless me. Going back next week again. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. What do you do, young lady? I push somebody in a dream.
What? Yeah. Takeisha, you are right. Jamaica do support the athletes. And now here's the difference, right? This young lady, her name is slipping me now. She won the 400-meter gold medal for Bahamas in the recent World Indoor Games. What's her name again, boy? Oh God, her name will come to me. She won the gold medal for Bahamas at the World Indoor Games, and somebody else won a silver medal. We won a gold medal, and he broke the indoor games record, right? In the 400 meters men. Bahamas had a homecoming celebration for those two athletes. Now I'm asking, because I don't know, what celebration we had? What's the guy name again, boy? Look, all that name just slipping me just so, boy. What
Was it
celebration?
Shanae Miller?
Yes, Shanae Miller. Thank you very much. Shanae Miller Weibo, right? She won the 400. And then we have the guy from Trinidad who won the 400 meter, indoor, right? You can find his name from, I forget his name. The Prime Minister of Bahamas had a homecoming red carpet ceremony for those two individuals. When they come through the airport, they came and they greeted them, everything. What celebration did we have for our indoor gold medalists who broke the championship record? What did we have for them?
A cumbersome TT pass to fill out.
What did we have for him? Anybody know? Can
No.
somebody help me, because I don't know.
A cumbersome TT pass to fill out.
No, I want to know the truth.
What
did we have for him?
Stephen Gardner?
No, that is Bahamas, not he. He didn't run.
No, right, you asked me for the name. I'm giving you the name.
No, the name of the Trinidadian.
But you asked me for the Bahamian guy.
His name is Richards.
Oh, okay.
His name is Richards, yeah. He won the indoor championships. First time in a long time, we won an individual indoor world championships, eh? Bahamas celebrated them, brought them home, gave them red carpet treatment. What did we do? Jorim Richards. What did we do for Jorim Richards? What did we do? What did we do? What did the Minister of Sports do? What did she do?
There's no one there. Nobody lives there.
Well, you make it make sense now, man.
Nobody lives there. So what you think?
Absolutely.
If nobody lives there, you think she's going to do anything?
Here's what. You are not supposed to talk Trinidad and Tobago bad.
Oh, you know what? I apologize. Archbishop, I apologize. I'm sorry.
Bring he on the program. I want to have a convert. I ain't gonna bring he on the program.
No, I'm bringing him on the program.
Well, give me number. I go invite him. Let him come on the program. I want him to come on the program. Yeah. Why me don't talk bad about Trinidad and Tobago suffering the people? Why me don't talk bad about Trinidad and Tobago? Bring him on. I want to bring. How about the men killing the women? The children suffer. Look, we name again. That me name again. Bring he on the. Anybody could get his number for me. I will interview he. What are you supposed to do? Just sweep these things under the rug? They will and pray and they will be fixed.
Right.
Sweep it under the rug. Shush. Don't talk about it. No, Miss Benskin. No, we can't speak about these things. The men abusing their women and the men killing their children. And by the way, we on this subject about killing a child, they give this. I don't even know what to call him. They give he bail. He out of jail, you know. The fella that allegedly killed the 16-year-old girl, he daughter, he out of jail, you know. He get bail.
He's innocent until proven guilty.
You see, Father God, I thank you and give me no children. What do you mean? So we the girl.
But
let me go on.
Lana, weren't you guys supposed to send the link to Lana and Takeisha?
Not me. It's Gary and you that Gary and you I was supposed to do that. No. I sent it to Aboud. Is you all arranged?
Did Lana and Takeisha, did Gary send you guys the link?
I sent it to Aboud. I arranged for him to come on.
Right. Albert says Trinidad and Tobago is the second largest population in the British Caribbean. Now, you were supposed to send it to Lana and think, if I had known, I would have sent it.
Well, Gary was supposed to do that. He's the one that arranged. I arranged for Aboud. Remember? Look at the chat and see.
Yeah, Troy Smith says They ran the CEO of WASA last Thursday night for questions he couldn't answer. God don't sleep. Victory for the workers.
Wait. Huh? That man, he gets out on he's out on bail. And this little 16-year-old child is dead. Huh? And that's okay. I would like to get Shima on the show. I'd like to get the two of them on the show. Yeah. I would love to get the two of them on the show. Yeah. Come on, face up. The Mr. Man that allegedly killed the daughter and the mother. I'd like to get the both of them on here. I don't care what kind of trouble that child was given, whatever she was doing, it did not warrant her being assaulted with no belt and end up in her death. I ain't care. Don't brainwash me. Don't come and hoodwink me. It does not warrant her ended up being dead. I don't want to hear it. That's why I take myself out of jury duty in this country.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
I don't
want to hear it.
Tommy and Diana, Joan, you know Joan, you know we from Lavanti. We supposed to stick with each other, Joan. We from Lavanti together, Joan. Oh God, let me stick together now, man. Joan said don't forget Sean Felix.
What's
Rajri did friend.
What Rajri want me to send?
Rajri, you send something?
Hey, I want the Archbishop number. That's what I want. I want it. Let me educate he on some history in case his brain is a little discombobulated or fogged up.
Well, Rajri asked some question if that was the person who bongs down. Who bongs down the lady? Who bongs down the lady? I don't know.
Oh, you mean in Tobago?
I don't know.
That's the only bongs song I know about.
Yeah, Takeisha, we go play that song. Let's bring in Lana. Lana, welcome. How are you?
Lana, sexy Indian girl. We had to come Pune. We had to come Kaje. We had to shake. Hey, listen, we talking and say, why you getting in between? Why you getting in between this Kalaloo and curry here for? What's wrong with you? What's going on, girl? How you looking sexy so? You're going on a date or you have a fella behind him? You have a fella hiding behind them curtain or?
What? You sound like my uncle.
Why you minding Lana business?
I'm drinking some water.
Lana.
Good night, Tommy. Good night.
Good night, Lana.
Lana, I don't know, like Diana, you want to mind your business. Diana, drink your water, eat jelly, all right? Watch the bamboo and mind your business, eh?
I drinking lemongrass tea and I'm minding she business. I ain't taking no bamboo though.
Mind your business.
Yeah, so you have to mind me business here. Don't study the Archbishop. When you're talking truth, you're talking the country. You ain't about talking no country. The truth is the truth.
Thank you.
Yeah. Lana, I wanted to put up this thing here with the Montauk. Where's that? This week they're only going to school. Form 1 only going to school for 2 days.
Oh shit.
And next week, let me make sure I pull that up. Hold up. We just have to try and make it make sense. So let me pull it up on my phone here. 1 minute. But I want you to talk about this, Lana. This week,
yes,
Form 1 going to school one day. One day this week, right?
Yeah.
And next week, they're going to school 2 days.
Right.
Help us with that now. Why is that?
This was sent to us Friday. So after we clean up the school and everything, they came this morning and told us that everybody is to come out to school tomorrow, Form 1 to Form 5. Now everybody going to school tomorrow, parents going to drop the children at school tomorrow, but nobody know what they're going to face tomorrow. Because the minister said that everybody's supposed to be out of school, no online school for nobody. So when we go tomorrow, it's either we protest or something had happened in the school tomorrow. Because if we have nowhere to put the children, and if we have not even a security. If the school is not clean properly, how the children going to do anything in the school at all? You have 8 rooms shut down. You have rooms that infested with pigeons, railings rotten. They have to tape it off. And same 2 years. Come on, 2 years. School closed for 2 years. Children was doing online school at home. How much budget passed in that 2 years? How much money Ministry of Education got in that 2 years that the school couldn't fix? The grass couldn't cut. A pipe couldn't fix. The ceiling couldn't fix. The air condition couldn't fix. In 2 years, so no maintenance was done and no school for 2 years. So what the money?
The bill pick pen. I mean, hog pen for people to wine and jam in carnival. And
two main things in this country that the government don't study at all. You see, education and hospitals, health is 2 gone to 0 in this country. Well, I sure in the morning when I carry my son, I might have to bring back home my son, because if I go in the morning and the school is not prepared, I'm not leaving my child here. I'm not going to leave my child.
So let me add to Keisha as well.
Because you can't have a school with 400 children, but you only have 20 parents to fight for the school to be better, for the children to be in the school. You need 400 parents to stand up.
That's right.
So let me add into Keisha.
To do something. Everybody, I know everybody working and they're struggling and whatever, but I'm sure you have a son, an uncle, a brother, somebody in your family to represent you as that parent, to represent your child going there to come and volunteer to do something.
Lana, you in it?
Yeah, and answer him.
Takisha in the background.
Let me add in Takisha. Takisha, welcome.
Takisha, good night.
Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone.
Hey, Kish. Good night.
Takisha, this is the first time we are actually seeing you.
Seeing you here.
This is the first time we are actually seeing you in person. You know, we have never.
Takisha is so pretty. It doesn't like to see on camera.
Lana, right now, I'm so sick to my stomach, yeah, girl. I'll even believe this, eh? The tears today, dropping my kids and my granddaughter to school today. You see these schools on them? It really not true. Imagine my granddaughter first, they actually in school, primary school, because she messed up graduation from preschool, and this is her first time entering primary school. And basically she was in tears, no fans in the classrooms, none. This is infants we're talking about. All these hours, from the hours of 8:30 to 2:30. Mask on the face, not a fan, nothing in our classroom. It's the same thing with my daughter. It's the same thing with my son. When you watch the furnitures in the classroom, 2 years, these schools and them has been closed. They still can't get it right. The benches and them in the classroom is like when I was going primary school. Don't talk for the flooring in some classrooms and them, because we still have wood floorings in these classrooms and them up to today. 2 years we take, 2 years, these classrooms, these schools and them was closed. And nothing up to now, they didn't get it right. Parents have to put money towards fund. Parents have to buy the stuff to clean the schools, which the government provide cleaners first to begin for the schools. We are fighting COVID-19. It ain't going away, it's still here. And we bring all these little children to come out of school. And we still have to provide the cleaning stuff for the school. I find that real.
Keisha,
yeah.
What's the difference between the school that your kids are going to and Lana? Lana, your kid is going to Mount Hope Senior Secondary, right? Right. And Takeisha, now for Lana, certain forms come to school on a certain day. I think Form 1 is only 1 day this week, and next week is only 2 days. What's the situation with your kids' school?
Primary school is every day.
Oh, it's every day.
Okay. Today is every day. They have no shift. Children from first year to second year in primary level, the school starts from 8:30 to 2:30. Children from standard 1 to standard 5, is from 8:30 to 3 o'clock. They get 2 break and they get a lunchtime. So they have break like 11:15 to 11:15. They have lunch 11:45 to 12:45. And after that is school hours, the regular subjects. And Slim.
Now, those with 1 and 2 day school, are they being supplemented with online?
Well, this is what's going on. This is what's going on, Tommy. Since the Minister of Education said that there is no more online schooling, the school decided today that tomorrow everybody will be out at school. So when we go in the morning from Form 1 to Form 5, we want to see where they're going to put all these children if the school isn't fixed and ready for all these children.
It's a dilemma.
So tomorrow I already know. So tomorrow I am going to have to bring home my son, because if the school isn't fixed, you can't tell me you fix all that problem from Friday to Sunday. That fixing. You can't tell me all that fixing. You can't tell me you fix 8 rooms. You get rid of the pigeon. You cut the grass. You get somebody for maintenance. You get sanitization. You cannot tell me all that fixed. But the school have to do what they have to do. I want to say hats off to the PTA and to all the teachers, the principals, everybody at Mount Up. They work so hard. They try so hard. They try everything they could do. The Minister of Education came to the school. She saw the problem. She left and nothing was done to fix it. We have no security. Nobody to clean the school. Parents have to volunteer. Teachers have to volunteer to clean it. We have children going to school. According to Takeisha, COVID still here. COVID ain't going nowhere. It's still here. We want the children to be safe.
What forms your children are in, Lana?
My son in Form 2. He's going to be in Form 3 in September.
Okay.
So Takeisha,
Not cutting your process. It have a particular school this morning in Laventille, and even though where I'm talking about, I wasn't even prepared because they really didn't have anybody to like help them. They even asked people in the area who want to volunteer, like to help clean up the schools and stuff. And it had some of these children this morning outside the school, and basically the teachers and them was telling the children and them they can't come into the school because they are now spraying the classrooms. And schools are supposed to open this morning. So, but basically they're telling them like they reach a school too early, so they'll have to either wait outside the compound or who live in around the area, they could go home and come back to a particular. I had a meeting over the Easter with one of the primary school that my daughter is going. She's going at a primary school around Port Spain and environments. And within the meeting, the principal was telling the parents that they asked somebody from the ministry that to send help, because remember these is young children coming out, and these children was locked up away for 2 years. So you know they will be coming out to school like raging birds. You can't tell them to do social distance, don't hug, don't touch, because some of these children haven't seen their friends for this 2-year period. And they are still waiting. They are still waiting for assistance. So the principal of the school basically had to be on the compound to even try to avoid the children from running, hugging, touching each other. No help. Because remember, these teachers and them is paid to teach. They ain't paid to babysit. First to begin. They ain't paid to clean. You understand? Let me be fair. Because these are our children and them have a life too. We didn't expect them to go into the schools and have to babysit too at the same time that they came to teach. So the principal had soft and hot this morning, greeting the parents and them in St. Rose's Girls RC. I must compliment her. This is the first time I'm like talking out and saying what schools my kids is going to. She really tried, but they ain't ready yet. Yes, we want our children to be out there to go to school, because it's 2 years and it's long overdue. And other countries bring out the kids long before Trinidad. And 2 years we can't get it right. We could not get it right to bring back the stranded nationals back to Trinidad and Tobago. So you feel we could get it right for education? Where all the money is going? Where all the money is going? Budgets have been passed, and this is not PNM This is not UNC. This is not about COP. Because after me, every government come in place is just a cycle. It's just a recurrence over and over and over and over. Nothing is changing. So we really need a change in this place. We really need a change. I tell you, I read on her seat, corn in the seat. I ain't saying the classroom dirty, you know, but just the condition of the furniture alone crawl in your blood. And COVID in the air. No water in Port of Spain. To ask for water. I tell you, parents glad to send out the children, but we have the two minds still at the end of the day because we study. And these kids have to wear masks for these long periods. My daughter can't keep masks on her face for long because she does get breakout, no matter what type of masks. Right? And boy, just talking about it and seeing it is real hurtful. I tell you, when my kids come home and my granddaughter come home today from school, it's because I don't ring the vest with sweat. The vest under her school shirt, it was so wet until basically I couldn't even rush to put her to the fan after let her cool off her skin because she cried. She said, Granny, I nearly faint twice in the class. I said, what happened? And she cried, fan. One say, oh God, the fan only tell the teacher alone. You know, children will talk. Children is a thing you can't tell them to hush. They will talk and say certain things with the scene going on and they ain't stupid. That's how we ain't stupid and it's time for we to get change in this place. Something drastically wrong. And you know what kind of hurts me and all too? Well, it's to me I feeling like they plan out everything because school open and taxi fare gone up. Taxi fare gone up from since when the pandemic. They never dropped the prices with the taxi fare. Gas gone up, now it's still going up. And nobody in authority not addressing this. Nobody in authority beside the taxi association because them begging, because them know if gas going up and them had to pay for that gas, they will have to raise their fare again. So who feeling the blunt? I hear somebody say in the comment that a particular lady, I don't want to call her name, who does be over the radio, because I don't want nobody bash me. And she stated that if taxi fare going up, use the bus. Really? 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 If we have to rely on the bus because PTSC does strike anytime. It's not a particular time PTSC send out something that they're striking. If they wake up in the morning and say today they're striking. And we know in Trinidad and Tobago when they're striking is we poor people feeling the pinch because we will be left behind without even have to travel to go anywhere. You go try the bus. Them all of them who talking is because them have car and them don't have to go through half of the parents have to go through. It's really, really unfair. It's really, really unfair in this place.
Takeisha, I know the young lady you're talking about is Aisha.
Yeah. Oh.
No, it's Aisha. Aisha say, you know, Aisha said it. I mean, you know, plain talk, bad manners.
And so if everybody decide to take the PTSC bus, you think everybody reaching to work? How much bus you think Trinidad and Tobago have? Most of them break down, shut down, catching a fire and smoking.
And wait a minute, aren't they turning them to electric buses now? So I don't know. Oh, Anselm, I don't know.
So Takeisha and Lana.
PTSC bus, you know, it's very easy to say it. But it's a get it on how much people are going to fit in it. Because if you come where I live, in Tunapuna, in the morning time you watch outside, if people line up for the traffic light, straight to the bus stop. They don't have room on the bus for them to go to work.
But what about some of these people and them, the buses just dropping them down by the junction and after either walk in the street or wait ride to take your ride to get to the taxi to go into Whisper they live in because the bus go inch to street to street. Yeah.
Sure, drop unfair. Sure, drop one from 5 to 7.
But we too rich to
Takeisha
prices of
Lana.
gas and we oil and things.
Takeisha Lana, is anything working good in Trinidad and Tobago? All of just say the Archbishop say, stop talking TNT bad. Is anything working good? Something had to be working good.
It's you know. Things could work, you know. But you see the system is working under right now. It need to change. The system need to change. It could work, but it need to change.
Yeah, what I have to say, the Archbishop talking, right? But there goes for you what I have to say about this Archbishop, right? When COVID strike in Trinidad with this pandemic, where the churches and them was to help the people.
Yeah.
You was saying anything making the news? Huh? Answer him. This lady who want to show tonight with the child, with the children, and I want to go to school. And she don't have a cent for them. The little child to go with a paper bag. Where the Archbishop to help she? Because she over the working for the people. What happened to the churches? What happened to some of the churches? When we were striking for stranding us just to come back to Trinidad, why the churches and them been involved for us to come back home with our own nationals? Them remain quiet. I have a problem. I don't deal with them. But you see when something ain't right,
bodies, religious bodies,
I don't believe
all of them is the same thing.
I think, Takeisha, your phone
I don't
giving us a
believe
little feedback. Takeisha, you're giving us a little feedback. We're getting a little feedback from you.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, that's better.
No, I'm still getting the feedback.
I don't take off. I don't really. You hear me?
Feedback from you, Anselm.
No,
Anselm.
Yeah.
Can't give you a figure right now, but we have many schools in Trinidad and Tobago running under the Ministry of Education. And you telling me that all these schools, I just make an average. Let me say we have 100 schools. That the 100 school you have, that you cannot find 10 people for sanitization and 1 security for a school. You can't find 10 people for 1 school and 1 security. Really?
So
I
hold
think
one minute.
the whole issue and the problem about it, if you don't put the sanitization workers and you don't put a security, that is money saved by the ministry that you do not have to spend. That is how I see it.
So Diana,
Hold on a minute.
Takeisha, 1 minute.
Because it happened.
Takeisha, 1 minute.
Okay.
1 minute. Hold on a minute. 1 minute. We have, hold on a minute there. Let me see. So Felicia, so we have a little mix up, right? Did you get the link from Gary, Felicia?
I actually got the link from Phillip, who could not make the show, but he asked me to step in for him as the chairman.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
That's the other young lady that be with Hadassah and Lima. Yes.
Okay. Cool. So give us a few more minutes, all right?
All right, no problem.
All right. Okay, no problem. All right, let me go back there. I just wanted to check and sure. I wasn't sure what it was, but all right. So yeah, Lana, Takeisha, go ahead. You were saying something. Are you hearing me, Takeisha?
She muted.
Oh, let me unmute her. Sorry. Yeah, are you hearing me now? Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Go ahead.
Yeah, Ansem. I was sitting and I was telling you all too, right? You see some of these people and them, like the Archbishop and them, I don't really deal up with them, Ansem, because at the end of the day, they've been really doing nothing and all too. You understand? Because it have people going to church and paying the dues. You understand? And paying money for collection and thing. And when time come, it have a church in the area, somebody house burned down with the pastor. It's not about money too, right? What about the Congo? You understand? Do something. Well, they're not doing really nothing. They're just talking. You understand? Look at you all. You want this team, until you all provide counseling for people and it helped them in hats off to Miss Billy. You understand? What happened to them? Boy. It's really sad, you know.
Yeah.
Talking about any rage, it has gained some. you just
Don't
kind of
talk.
rage now, you know, like you want to, where you
Talk it, talk,
could see them in
talk.
front of you and
Talk
just
all it. Talk all it, talk. When you're
shame.
only one that live
So,
in it, talk it.
so Lana, what are you looking
Just
forward
can't
to
even make
happening?
your area.
Go ahead, Takeisha. Go ahead.
And some they can't even make it in your area for one day and you vote for them. You put them there. Nothing is working right. The church is nothing. Everything is just like a fail. Everything just failing. All we need to me right now is prayers and hope. Prayers and hope. Because who we could trust? Look, Gregory Aboud, all you bring him in the show tonight here, he talking good, hats off to him with certain things saying. But every time you ask him a question, they're my friend. And I'm a friend. So who you really could trust? So if everybody's your friend and you complaining, how do you work? So you can't talk to your friend? But it's plain to see a friend not taking advice from nobody. You understand? This one is my friend and that one is my friend. I would not be ashamed to even say these people and them is my friend. And I know what is taking place, everything failing. If I know I put you there and you failing me and you is my friend, and I can't tell you, well, or give you advice, I could never tell people to the face, you is my friend. Because you have people tears on you. People tears falling on them. And you here and you saying this is your friend. I can't trust you again. I just stop playing.
So,
Yes, you're fighting for one thing, but you have step. Half step.
Right. So Lana,
Yes,
as you guys go back to school tomorrow, what do you expect? Do you expect any change? Do you expect your son to be able to stay in school, or do you expect you to have to bring him back home?
Well, from what I know they couldn't fix all that problem in that few days, so I expect to bring home my son tomorrow.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna leave it there for now. And Takeisha and Lana, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure. We know you guys are you guys are a loyalist here in the village with the Dark Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. Takeisha, any closing words before you go?
Well, I would like to say hats off to the parents who really put their effort for their kids to going out to school today. And my heart really gone out for some of the parents and them who children not back out to school today. And I would like the Minister of Education to do something. Come into the schools, walk your walk and talk your talk. You understand? Because the schools and them really need help. It really need help. The teachers and the principal can't do everything. And when they're asking for things, they're asking parents for these things to provide for the school, cleaning stuff, fans, AC bag, microwave, printer, ink for printer. These are the things what they're asking for. Sometimes a fridge mightn't be working, a light switch. You understand? Do something for them. Feel the pain. It's not every minute they're complaining because at the end of the day, we parents who trying to make it out here and trying to education is the key to success. We don't always have all the time. We don't always have. You understand? Because you are yourself, you have to send in a ream of photocopy paper with your daughter and you're going to tell me for lying. And when you send your kids with this ream of photocopy paper, you still have to pay $25 or $30 to the month to what photocopy. All of you provide the photocopy paper.
Correct.
You as a parent, each parent have to provide 4 whiteboard marker per child to a class for teacher to write on. Whiteboard marker for teachers to write on in one cell. You have to buy it too. So what the ministry providing for the school?
So
you as a parent have to pay in some schools $200 to $400 of maintenance for the school. And when you go in the school, you see your children and have fun, and have this and have that. It's shameful and slim. These teachers have to beg for a fan in our classroom. Ask parents to provide $200 or $60 or $50 towards a fan or fans under the Ministry of Education.
So Takeisha,
everything the school wants, we have
what we gonna do? We're gonna bring back you and Lana. Any closing words before you go? We're gonna bring back you and Lana, and we're gonna get into more details with this thing, right? You know, because we just have somebody else waiting, and we don't want them to wait any longer. All
No
right.
problem, Ansel.
All right. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna bring you guys back, Takeisha and Lana. Thank you so very much. Okay.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. So let's bring in our next guest. We're sorry that we had to have you waiting so long, but you know, sometimes when you come into the village, things get kind of heated in the village. So Felicia
But you
Holder,
wait,
welcome.
you better looking than Phillip any day. Right, good. No, get that out the way. Good.
What good looks come into this?
I telling she better looking than
Well,
Phillip. You have a problem, Dana?
but let me introduce the young lady first now.
I
Let me
know
at least
she
introduce
better
the young
looking than
lady.
Phillip. What?
So this is in the village to the dark triplets. DAG is dark, D is Diana. Diana is considered to be the storm. I am Anselm, Flash or Wall Street. Gary is Gary Mohabia. He's considered to be the phantom, and we have another person with us, Tommy. Tommy Nisbet. He's considered to be a commissioner here in Newark, New Jersey. Felicia Holder, welcome to In the Village with the Dark Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing quite well. We just actually wrapped up our first Tuesday night show that we kicked off today. Every Tuesday, we're having a forum called the People's Platform, and we discuss issues and solutions to those issues plaguing Trinidad and Tobago. Phillip could not make it due to that show, and he sends his apologies, but I'm happy to be here representing for the Progressive Empowerment Party this evening.
Well, we are happy to have you. We had what's her name, Diana? The other young lady?
Lima.
Yeah, Lima. Yeah.
Yeah, we had Lima here, and I gotta tell you, right? And I said, and I'm gonna say it again, you know, because when we come into the village, we keep it really in the village. You know, sometimes
and can I say we invited Phillip, and Phillip sent a representative. We invited KPB, and she ain't sent no representative. All right, let me continue.
No, she did.
Who she said? Who she said?
She sent Rodney Charles.
She sent look, Ansel, let me you mama guy.
No. The first time she sent Rodney Charles. She did.
She sent Rodney Charles.
Yeah, she did.
Well,
she did send Rodney Charles.
You ain't tell me so. But go ahead.
Oh, all right. My mistake on your error.
And you invited Dr. Rowley. Who he sent? I don't talk. Right.
He sent the mayor of Port of Spain, Martin.
Oh yeah.
So Ms. Holder, you're the chairman of PEP, right? How long have you been with the Progressive Empowerment Party?
Since 2017, so just a little over 5 years now.
Okay, wonderful. And you are the chairman, right?
Yes, I am.
What is the chairman of the Progressive Empowerment Party does? What's the responsibility of the chairman of the Progressive Empowerment Party?
Everything. My job is basically to ensure that everything that we are doing, that it's coordinated properly. I am in charge of statutory requirements, so things like dealing with EBC around election time. Basically ensuring that the goals and the targets of the organization, overseeing that it is being carried out, and just being the person in charge of everything overall to make sure that it's being done and being done correctly. So if we have a meeting, ensuring that all of the people that we need for the meeting are there, ensuring that we're running on schedule, basically coordination of everything that the party does on a macro level.
Okay. And what was your background before you? Well, I mean, it could be still your background, but what was your background before you joined PEP?
I was actually in communications. I was a communications officer when I joined the Progressive Empowerment Party. I was working for a major oil and gas maintenance services company. And I would do the internal and to an extent external communications for that organization. So that's my background.
And why PEP as opposed to the PNM, the UNC, the ILP, the PDP, or any other political organization?
Because around the time that I became politically aware, Of course, at that time, there existed only two major parties that I knew of. The COP to a lesser extent when they were part of the People's Partnership. But when I became politically aware, I would say probably around the age of 26, 27, I started to pay more attention to politics as I realized that the things that were impacting me as a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, the things that were impacting my pockets, my standard of living, that they were all tied to politics. And at that point, the People's Partnership was in office, and I paid very close attention to what they were doing, and I was very disappointed. I did not vote for them, but I secretly had hopes that Kamala Prasad would have been the sober leadership that we needed in this country. In my opinion, she failed. Her and her party, they failed. So the next election, which was PNM, and they got into office, things were even worse. And I am not I don't believe in party loyalty. I believe in patriotism. I believe in loyalty to the red, white, and black. So if the red and the yellow are not working, obviously in my mind we need to find something different. And then I stumbled across the Progressive Empowerment Party, Phillip Alexander. He was launching the Progressive Empowerment Party on January 18th, sorry, 2017. And I attended the launch, and from there I volunteered myself because I like what I heard. We were speaking the things that I was always thinking. I was wondering, why is it that the leaders of the country not talking solutions like this? And I became involved. I offered myself to chair a meeting, and from there, Phillip, I guess, saw my potential and asked me a few weeks later to be the interim chairman of the Progressive Empowerment Party, which I accepted. At the time, not really understanding the depth of the responsibilities that I would have to carry out, but at the same time, very still happy with my decision as I am a part of building a movement that I believe is really going to revolutionize Trinidad and Tobago.
No, Felicia, recently, an individual got in trouble in the UNC party because the leader felt that he wasn't loyal to party, he was loyal to country.
Mm-hmm.
You sure you may not get into trouble for saying that you're loyal to country as opposed to party?
No, because that's the politics that the Progressive Empowerment Party was built on. It's not about party loyalty at all. And inside here, internally, if there are things that I don't like, I speak up about it. And I think that's where the other two have fallen short. We have people who they're disgruntled about things, but because they know people inside internally, because they're friends with people inside internally, they don't speak up. And I know of people who see the wrongdoing taking place on both sides of the fence, but don't say anything about it. And that to me is the complete opposite of what the Progressive Empowerment Party does. We speak out and we have firm, no nonsense policies. I mean, I'm also, and I didn't mention this as well, as a chairman, I'm also the head of finance, and I make sure that everything that we do is above board. I make sure that there's accountability and transparency, because what we practice now is what we want to take into government. And I think that is where we as Trinbagonians fall short. We let too many things slide when we should be speaking out. And I know I stand firm on my statement, and I know Phillip would support me when I say that my loyalty is to country and not to party. Because should a day the Progressive Empowerment Party fall out of line with my core values and beliefs, then I won't be here. But the fact that I'm here means that this party is in line with my core values and beliefs. And as a chairman, my job is also to ensure that those core values and beliefs are being adhered to.
Now, Felicia, most of us on the outside, right, see the Progressive Empowerment Party, and it seemed to many that the Progressive Empowerment Party is all Phillip all the time, and Lima, Hadassah, and people like Felicia I sort of in the background because I really didn't know that, I was seeing the person in the background and I was like, this name is kind of, I never seen the name before, and I really didn't know, but, Lima's been here and I was very impressed with her. Hadassah, her Facebook page, I see the thing that she posts and it's very impressive as well. And you here tonight is also impressive. But when we see the PEP, we see all Phillip all the time. And I said this, that sometimes, now Phillip Alexander has a great message. And I'm being very honest with you. The message about certain things happening in Trinidad and Tobago. But sometimes a lot of people think that, it's the wrong person sending the message. And I'll give you a quick example, right? But you know what? Let me hold that thought. And I'm going to come right back because we got to go for a quick station identification. Can you stay with us for a little bit?
Sure, no problem.
All right. So, folks, it's In the Village with the Dark Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We have with us the chairman of the Progressive Empowerment Party, PEP, Felicia Holder. We're going to go for a quick station identification, and we'll be right back after this message. Stick and stay. Don't go nowhere. It's In the Village with the Dark Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with the Dark Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. If you just joined us, we have with us in the village tonight the chairwoman, I should say, of the Progressive Empowerment Party, Felicia Holder. So I was just saying, right, when we on the outside, and many other people see Phillip or see the Progressive Empowerment Party, it's all Phillip Alexander all the time. And very impressive other people. Like I know Lima is a deputy political leader, is that correct? Lima?
She is, yeah.
Right, and what is Hadassah? Hadassah is
the head of our membership.
Right, so Hadassah is the head of a membership, and you are the chairwoman of the Progressive Empowerment Party. And I think my only advice, my little humbly advice, is for the people to see a little more of you, Lima, and Hadassah, to put a different face as well on the party. Because, Phillip has a great message, but sometimes people don't look at the message, they look at the messenger. And I think that's one of the difficulties, my opinion, not anyone else's opinion. I think that's one of the difficulties that the Progressive Empowerment Party is facing. What do you say?
Well, I think the goal is obviously to have as many people singing from the same hymn book, as many people out there being as vocal as possible. And you're correct, Phillip is the most vocal person. He's the reason why I joined the Progressive Empowerment Party. He's the person I saw online calling for people to join the Progressive Empowerment Party. So I understand that he's built a reputation as being the face of the party, being the frontline person of the party. I would consider him my mentor. He has taught me a lot. Politics, as I told you earlier, communications is my background. Politics was never something that I thought that I would enter into, and I'm only here because I would like to be involved in fixing Trinidad and Tobago. So there's a lot of knowledge that he has that I would say, for lack of a better word, he's the frontline person because he has more information than I sometimes may have on a topic. But it's not to say, like you correctly said, that we should not have more people in front singing from that same hymn book and sharing their own version of the same message in their own way. I had a show that I used to do. Hadassah actually stepped in for me. I did that show with Lima for about a year. And it was a great platform to get out there. I personally am not big on the limelight. I shy away from interviews and stuff like that. But I understand that people need to see others in the party. I understand that need to see more people speaking on the same issues. And the same way somebody might gravitate to Phillip, I also understand that there may be people who would see myself or Lima or Hadassah or Esther or Satish and gravitate to them too. The goal is never to have one lone person speaking. It's to build an arsenal of people who can speak and represent the Progressive Empowerment Party. We started, like I said, a Tuesday night show every Tuesday from 7 p.m. So that's another platform for more speakers like myself and others to join. And we've heard the call for more faces, and trust me, we are building on that team. So it's not just Phillip out there anymore. We're building a very strong team, and we also have to be mindful that some people can face victimization. Not everybody can be political. There are actually some jobs that tell you that you should not be in politics. When I started working, I had to actually fill out a form declaring that I was the chairman of a political organization. So there's a lot of red tape as well as it pertains to being political and being politically involved. So all of the people who step forward and step into the limelight, they have to be absolutely certain because they can target you.
Now, Felicia, we have local elections to this year. You poised to field candidates in all constituencies?
We are actually in the process of screening candidates right now. We've made a call. There are people reaching out to us. And we say that we are going to contest all of the seats. We don't believe in, sorry, I was about to say a naughty word. We don't believe in doing it halfway. But we're calling and feeling for candidates right now. Anybody who's interested, if you're watching this program, if you know somebody back home who's always wants to step up and represent their country, the Progressive Empowerment Party is that alternative to the red and the yellow that you've been recycling for the past 50-something years. It's a party that's offering real solution, real change, and people who are patriotic and really about country. People who simply want a better Trinidad and Tobago. So
How is the fielding going?
it's going actually pretty good. Of course, we have our own internal candidates that we have in mind. Persons on the outside. I didn't realize just how many people were patriotic and altruistic, and all of the persons coming on board thus far. I believe that they are about country first, and we welcome any and all people interested in screening and being a part or a candidate for the Progressive Empowerment Party.
Hi, Diana here, Felicia.
Hi, Diana.
How are you doing? In the
Yes.
recent election, it was in Debe. Debe?
Debe South.
Yeah, y'all put a whipping on PNM. Y'all came in second, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that give you does that give you fuel for momentum that you just might do this thing, in the local, you might pick up garner some more seats, and is that a good momentum for you to really push for this thing?
Definitely. I think the results from that Debe South election, not only did it prove that the Progressive Empowerment Party is a viable option and alternative to what we've experienced in the past, but it also shows that the political landscape is shifting, and it's shifting at a rapid speed. I mean, I was the first person to contest an election. It was a local government election back in 2018. It was a by-election for the Progressive Empowerment Party. And I remember at that point I had gotten, I think in an electoral district of about 3,000 or 6,000 people, I had gotten 50 votes, 51 votes. And I remember being so despondent and so disappointed, because I was like, I did so much campaigning and I touched the ground, and, why weren't people more interested in real change? And it's I live in a predominantly PNM community. It's Belmont. So I understood that making a dent was going to be hard, but I didn't expect to be that disappointed. This election came and proved, where we beat the PNM, and came and proved that not only are we a viable alternative, but that people are probably a little bit more ready to try something new. the fact that there existed before the Progressive Empowerment Party very few options to turn to, I think may have told the story of why people stuck or kept rotating between the red and the yellow. But this DB South election, again, it has shown that Trinidad and Tobago, it's ripe and it's ready for change. I do believe that in an upcoming local government election that we would make a serious stance. What the polls showed back in February is that that time for change and real representation is now.
Quick question again, Felicia. Is coalition politics part of the options that you may consider?
At this point, no. At this point, no, because what we stand for, we stand very, very firmly on. We say if you would like to be a part of the change, don't join with us. Join us. Be a part of the Progressive Empowerment Party. Anybody now who's coming on board and who's talking, they have to be a part of the Progressive Empowerment Party. We're going in this all or nothing. We fight an election, all seats or nothing. And that's just the stance that we're taking right now. To do coalitions have not worked for Trinidad and Tobago. I think the COP and the People's Partnership, I think they tried, but one was built on activism and one was built on politics. This organization, we are, I would say, a group of activists who understand that politics contains some activism in it and that you have to be able to empathize with the people of the country, and that anybody who's coming on board has to understand and be a part of our mission. They can't just want to join us for the wedding and ignore the fact that there's a marriage further down. I think that's what a lot of coalitions have done in the past. They join up together to win, and then after they win, they have no idea what to do from there. We're saying if you're joining up with us, like I said, join us. Be a part of the change that you want to see.
There's another party with P in the beginning and P at the end that may have similar goals and missions, or should I say, may have some of the same ideas you have. Would you consider joining with them at any time?
If you are referencing the PDP, no, at this moment, I'm not considering joining up with them. I think what Watson Deep did for Tobago was absolutely incredible. However, Tobago is considered Tobago is the equivalent to a local government election. That's just how small Tobago is. They literally contested approximately the equivalent of 2 seats here in Trinidad and Tobago. I think what they're attempting to do here, if they are serious about, setting roots in Trinidad and Tobago, I think it's going to be an uphill climb. I welcome the broadening of our democracy. The fact that there was so limited options in the past, I think is why people felt stuck. However, in terms of us joining with them, that's not on the roster at any time soon. We have our core values, we have our mission. We are not straying from that, even though we may share similarities. I welcome them as another alternative. However, the Progressive Empowerment Party, we're committed to standing this at this point alone.
Okay, even though Tobago is small, some of us recognize that what they are proposing as a federal system for the Twin Island Republic may be an option that could be truly revolutionary and could work to the advantage of the populace if they are able to sell their manifesto. Do you think that it'll be a better option than what we currently have?
He's referencing PDP here, right?
Yes.
Let me put it this way. I don't want to say anything will be better than what we have right now, because I think that's a mistake that we've made in the past. We never really voted in a government. We typically vote out a government. UNC disappoint us, so we vote them out. Vietnam disappoint us, so we vote them out.
Exchange.
Pardon?
Exchange.
Exchange, yeah. So you've literally just been exchanging over and over the same thing, just on repeat.
The reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because we have seen already that in Tobago, it's beyond exchange. It's truly revolutionary, or transformational, as Anselm will describe it, in the approach that they are taking. And if they are going to be transforming, let's say, the Constitution, that's going to be very significant.
But as I said, a lot of people talk constitution and constitutional change and reform. I don't think they I don't want to say they don't understand what it is. Of course, there are many things in our constitution that needs changing. There needs to be several amendments. But I think what would impress me more is a government that is, or a party that is talking social redevelopment, a party that is talking education for all. As it is right now, we have prestige schools that we know children do better and perform better at or in, versus the failed schools, or the schools that are basically struggling to get by. I heard you all talking education just before I came on the show. I mean, what our children and parents and teachers have to go through is a shame in a country that was the third wealthiest nation in the Western Hemisphere. So I love all the ideas of constitutional reform. I think it is needed. But one of the reasons why I gravitated towards the progressive empowerment parties is not just, we weren't just speaking in vague terms and constitutional change and reform. We were talking actual solutions. We're talking about make all schools preschool schools, zone schools. The children aren't traveling a million miles just to get an education. Make water available by catching, storing, treating, and distributing the amount of rainfall that we have that can more than supply Trinidad and Tobago for years to come, rather than spending $500 million desalinating water every month, every year. I mean, those are the kinds of solutions and answers that I'm looking to hear from a government. It's why, as impressed as I am with the PDP and what they are proposing, I love what they did in Tobago. I also stand firmly behind what the Progressive Empowerment Party is doing, because this is a party for the people, by the people. This is a party that is talking something as simple as water, but something as simple as water that causes so much problems in a country like ours, where we have so much rainfall that we don't know what to do with it. So, like I said, I welcome them as part of the, broadening our democratic choices and options. However, I am more focused on a government that's talking solutions. And not just talking solutions, but talking how to bring these solutions in place. Water for all is a pipe dream if you can't tell me how you're going to create water for all.
Felicia, some people see Philip as harsh and brusque, and the words coming out of his mouth. And I personally, I say, Lord, if this man gets into power and he has to converse with other leaders in the Caribbean, is he going to come, or the world, let me put the world, is he going to comport himself the same harsh?
Sorry,
brusque?
I didn't hear that last.
Okay. Some people see Philip.
I didn't hear that last part. You broke up a little bit.
Okay, are you hearing me better now? Some people see Philip Alexander as harsh and brusque in his tone and manner and choice of words. And it concerns some of us, including myself, that should he, become the next leader, is he going to comport himself, should he have to meet with leaders of the world, that same harsh and brusque manner, with those, rough words? And, I mean, yeah, we can use words to describe the current incumbent prime minister. And it's in the chat. I'm using, from the chat also. What say you? Is this who he really is, or is this just a front, or is he really peed off at what's going on?
Oh, you broke up so much in that one exchange. I just heard bits and pieces of what you said, and I believe you're asking me if he becomes prime minister, if he's going to be as harsh and abrasive as he can be right now. Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Philip, I've had this discussion with him, with my friends, with people in the party and the executive of this organization. Philip, for all of his abrasiveness at times, he can be the complete opposite to that. I watched how he dealt with the paria issue, the divers that were missing. I watched how he dealt with the Andrea Barrett issue, that young woman who was murdered last year. I watched how he dealt with those two issues, and there's a side of him that I don't think the public gets to see as often. The reason why I support him and stand behind him as a leader, and yes, he can be abrasive at times, but I think he knows how to read a situation and read the room. I think his level-headedness, his critical thinking, I believe is what would make him a good leader. Would he go into a room with dignitaries and get into an argument? No, I don't believe so. I think he is hard when he needs to be hard and he's soft when he needs to be soft. I think what many of our leaders have lacked in the past is the leadership that can be sober when it needs to be sober and then can be absolutely abrasive when they need to be abrasive. I stand behind him in that regard because I understand that a lot of times where he's speaking from is a place and a position of passion, also a position of being fed up, because it's hard to see and witness the inner workings of this country because he's been in a position to see how these things work. He knows some of these people and some of the dirty work that they're doing, and just stand by and just be like, oh, okay, well, this is just how it is. A lot of time that anger that he has comes from a place of just being fed up and frustrated and just trying to wake up Trinidad and Tobago and sensitize them to the fact that this country is sinking and it's sinking quickly. And that if we all don't step up and stand up, we're all going to be sinking on the same boat. Would he make a great prime minister? I absolutely think so. Does he need to polish up a little bit? Of course. I think nobody's perfect. But in terms of the leadership that I'm seeing right now in Trinidad and Tobago, in terms of leadership that we've had in the past, he right now, I believe, would be the absolute best choice for Trinidad and Tobago. He has the knowledge as well as he has the passion for it. I said that politics involves a lot of activism, and he's an activist at heart. He's a person who's for the people. He's a person who people call when they feel like they have no other alternative. A lot of the issues that we get involved with is because people have literally tried all avenues and they felt that their needs or their concerns were not being heard and met. He's that person that people turn to. And yes, absolutely. I think that is what we need in a leader in this country.
So here's a question from someone. Rose asks this question. A question for Felicia. Good night, miss. Do you think that your party is ready to take on PDP and defeat them at any election? Because I don't think that you all are a match for what's in your clean sweep. I just read the questions that come in the chat.
No problem. Well, that's it. The Progressive Empowerment Party, which was founded 5 years ago, it wasn't created to fight the PDP. It was created for a better Trinidad and Tobago. All I know is we in the Progressive Empowerment Party, we are presenting ourselves as a credible option for Trinidad and Tobago. What we did in DB South, and I will continue to reference that because it wasn't short of impressive what I believe we did and what the people of DB South chose to do by giving us their votes. What we did, I believe, was the tip of the iceberg. We weren't built to beat or fight the PDP. We were built to offer Trinidad and Tobago a credible option, a solution to what may have felt like a revolving door of madness. Again, I welcome all and any other political options that are going to broaden our democracy, but this is not a fight between us and PDP. This is us fighting for Trinidad and Tobago. Trinbagonians, they have options. They know they will know what they want out of their country. I'm really not in a position to comment on fighting what's Indigo, the PDP. I wish him all the best, but we have a mission and a vision in mind, and we're gonna stick to it. Let Trinbagonians decide.
No, no, Felicia, this is the last question for me, right? There are
Sure.
many who are concerned that, you know, leader Philip Edward Alexander used to be a COP. He was supposedly a member of the UNC. He left the Progressive Empowerment Party one time, you know, and then he came back again. You know, there are some concerns about, you know, all these movements from one party to the other party to the next party and then back to the Progressive Empowerment Party. You know, it seemed like if he doesn't get his way in certain situation, he'll pick up his marbles and go home. And what do you say?
I don't want to say as if you don't get your way, and I want to correct the timelines. He never went to COP or UNT and then came back to the PEP. The Progressive Empowerment Party was founded in 2017 when he, having experienced all and being a part of all of these options, because he's been linked to the PNM as well. I know personally, if I am somewhere and I get bad treatment, or I'm somewhere and I realize that this is not where I want to be, I'll leave. If I get involved with somebody else and they're treating me just as poorly, or they're making the same decisions, just maybe not as obvious, but it's still negatively impacting me and others, I would leave. So the fact that he's been involved with these political options just tells me that he has been searching for an answer. He has been searching for real solutions. He's been searching for a organization, a political movement that would match what he wants to see for Trinidad and Tobago, and he didn't find it, so he left. So I applaud him for trying all of his political options, and I double applaud him for founding his own political party, because this is not easy. I'm telling you, for a political party 5 years old to be the PNM in Davis, that was not an easy feat. You say that you do see a lot of people in the front line. That's because a lot of us are working very, very, very hard in the background. When he stepped down as the political leader after the elections in 2020, it's because after a political leader does not lead or is not successful at the polls, the right thing for them to do is to step down. The fact that he came back because we asked him to come back. He came back because we believe in him and we have that faith. And I didn't see losing the elections as a reason to lose him. He's a valuable resource. And I think, like I said, he will make an excellent prime minister. He has a heart for the people and he knows what he's speaking about. So I don't see that as being flaky. I see that as him exploring all of his political options and then finally starting and landing on the right one, which is the Progressive Empowerment Party.
Well, Miss or
Miss
Mrs.
Holder, yes.
Miss Ola, we want to thank you so very much, you know, for joining us tonight on such short notice. And any closing words before you go?
I would like to thank you for having me. I did not know I was going to be doing this program until tonight. My closing words are, we spoke a lot about political options here tonight. We mentioned some of the new political parties. I just want to invite Trinbagonians to really think and reflect. Think about where we are as a nation right now. Tonight, in my contribution on our first People's Platform that we launched, I said that I'm 33 years old and everything that I thought my life would have been, it's not. I thought that at 33, I would own my own home. It's almost impossible to own your own home as a single woman living in Trinidad and Tobago. My two best friends who have migrated, one she lives in New York, one lives in Washington. They both own their own homes. And it's not a competition, it's not comparing, but you're asking yourself, what is it about Trinidad and Tobago that makes things so hard, and why don't we have leaders who are understanding that we're growing, that we have millennials and generation X's coming up who literally have nothing to look forward to. I invite all Trinbagonians to sit down and really reflect and think about the state of our nation. Think about what we have received in exchange for a vote. This is why I say I have no party loyalty, because I have voted for PNM twice, 3 times in my lifetime, and I didn't get anything in return for it. I didn't get better roads. I didn't get um better schools. I didn't. The social fabric around us is collapsing. Everything in Trinidad is collapsing. We're hearing talks about NIS NIB not being able to pay out NIS, and they have these pensioners running around on fool errands just because they're trying to defer these payments. And you're looking around you and you're realizing that this just is not any way to live. We surviving. That's what it feels like right now. We are surviving, and we're surviving just barely. I personally, this is not where I thought that my life would have been like at 33. I thought I'd be able to just pick up and travel, and it's not like that. Everything in this country is a fight. It's a fight down. It's stressful. People turn to drugs and alcohol just to get by, just to survive and deal with the trauma that comes with living in Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm literally asking people to sit down and reflect. Think about your own circumstances. Think about how you feel as a Trinbagonian. And I want you to make a conscious choice. And when I say forget party loyalty, forget party loyalty. Think country. Think Trinidad and Tobago. Think for your future. Think posterity. Think about down the line what you want your children to have and to inherit. And when you can seriously think about these things, then I think you can make a clear and conscious decision for change. Until then we literally just spinning in mud and going back to the same old. I know me personally, I am not ever going to go back to the same old. It's either I fix it or I get out. Trinidad and Tobago, it's on you. It's either you're part of fixing it or making a decision to be involved in a change, or pack up, or just hunker down and get used to what we're being meted out with right now. I know I'm not happy with it though, so I'm here trying to change that.
So, Ms. Ola, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us. We wish you all the best, and we look forward to speaking with you in the future.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Felicia. Looking forward
Thank you for having me.
And I want to join you all talk one morning.
You do? Okay, well, I'm going to give her my number on air. You can take it. Anybody else can take it if you'd like to contact me. It's 769-4590. Send me a WhatsApp message, and we could always organize to have you on the program. Anybody else who would like to be a part of the Progressive Empowerment Party, like to be screened as a candidate, feel free to reach out to me, 769-4590.
Okay, cool. Come in
Okay.
and chat.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
And take care.
Good job.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
There you have it, Anselm. Lady say, no opportunities for down the line. You want to fix Trinidad, or you want to be spinning in mud, the same maka over and over and over. That's what I've been saying. She not about party, she about country. And that's what I've been trying to tell your red Balize, sorrel drinking, red solo people. All they need to stop and think about country and stop with this eyes up PNM, eyes up PNM, eyes up PNM. What it is going on in the country now? You see what the young lady come and say, very astute and poised you. And them passion fruit drinking people too, and all it too.
But you see, if I didn't say that, you wasn't gonna say it.
But you ain't get well them in power now.
You're a PNM picker.
Yeah, it's a PNM picker, yeah. And them passion fruit people too. Only need to stop. Everybody, if they get licks with
passion fruit people, who's that?
If they get licks with a belt from the yellow people, and you get licks with a cookie broom from the PNM, it's still licks you get in. All they need to fix things. Fix it once and for all. Fix it once and for all. Or you know, same stupid Dotish road.
It's time to wrap up tonight.
Yeah.
Who's that, Tommy?
Let me say welcome to Anne-Marie Headley. Anne-Marie Headley, welcome. And let me say welcome to the tailor in the village.
Anne-Marie Headley. Hey, Anne-Marie Headley, what's going on, girl? I think there's a police, you know.
Yeah? She must be
She'll
done.
lock you up, you know.
She waiting to lock you up.
I
She
went
has,
to,
she has
I
some
went
red
to,
handcuffs waiting for you.
I went to school. She ain't coming nowhere near me. Trust me.
Ulrich is we Taylor boy. We Taylor in the village. I be village. Rose,
I'm
welcome.
Marie Headley will walk the other side of the road when she see me. She knows my reputation.
Hey, Lance Love has some terrible comment boy. Lance Love say how sad you working for the 1% against Trinidadian people. Nah, she ain't working against Trinidadian people, man. Well, Lance Love, what is that one?
Marie Headley ain't coming there. Right, Marie, tell him you're coming there.
She have a
You
choice.
walking the other side of the road when you see me, right, Marie Headley?
Diana Benskin closing comments.
Again, closing comments?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Well, all they have to fix all this situation to make the thing better for everybody. Because you can't continue this way. You have to fix it, like Watson Juke say. Okay? Can't continue this way, right? Gotta fix it. Local elections coming around the corner. Don't let them come and bamboozle you all and wave trinkets at you in the form of box drains, standpipe, swimming pool, and opening a school. All you need to really think about what it is all you want. What you really want 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now. Right? You want things running good. You want tourists coming to the country. You want them banded and then to watch themselves and don't come around your house and play the fool. You want bandits coming in the house and dousing you with alcohol and lighting your fire. That's all you want. You want to be able to walk the streets tonight freely and go places and feel safe, which is all you really want. Think about country. That's all I have to say for tonight. Auf Wiedersehen.
Thank you, Nana. Here we have the complainer versus the action taker. Right. The complainer says, I'll never be able to leave this island. The action taker says, I'm leaving this island. From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall says that's all. I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent. When talent does not work hard, and for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Go ahead, Tommy.
Yes, indeed. Words. That's what we are exchanging here and trying to make some sense here. This one is by Manly P. Hall. He said, words are vehicles of ideas, and unless they are understood properly, misunderstanding is inevitable. A pleasant good night to each and everyone. It's been a pleasure being in the village again. I thank you for putting up with me.
Who just put up with you, Tommy?
You?
Me?
So, closing comments. Good night to all of you. Let me see the closing comments that I have here.
Where you see Marie Headley? I ain't see it here.
No, she was there.
She gone?
Nadia.
When she hear you talk, she gone.
She run?
Yeah, as soon as you open your mouth. Randy Muhammad says, closing comments. We all want people under the sun. Peace and love to everyone.
Albert have closing comments. He said, good night, all in the village. Nadia Mongol says, blessed night, everyone in the village. Have a safe and blessed night.
Takeisha says, I pray God cover all our kids in their journey to and from school. It's always a pleasure being in the village and time to change the change. And as we say that, we're going to go out with that song tonight for Takeisha, Enon Francis, Change the Change. Good night, everyone. See you again.
You still ain't find Jaden's song?
No, you got to send it to me again.
Again, I'm going to send it for you for Saturday show, yeah. Thursday show, sorry.
Possible without change. And those who can't change their minds can't change anything. You can't change what's going on around you until you start changing what's going on within you. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. In the words of George Bernard Shaw, your tango, Mahatma Gandhi.
If you can look as far as I see, within this great land we call TNT, there's birds and bees, rivers and seas, pretty woman bringing man to their knees. Treasures of this blessed land we always neglect like ISO and pan. I find it so strange the way we arrange. Still this nation don't know how to change. To some change it might just mean a new car. Change could mean less than $1. To most change have this nice scent we usually get from the government. You see, change is something we always say, but every time we change things remain the same way. Things keep getting worse and worse, so this is what I propose. Let's change the change for a better nation. Change the change for all foundations. Change the change so that we could say that this nation here came from quite down there. I say change the change within the school systems. Stop changing ministers and change what we teach them. But things won't change despite all we do if change doesn't start with you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. La, la, la. It's murders, killings galore, so much gunmen fighting meaningless war. Can't tell you stay, can't tell you go, cause this still the land we used to know. Homeless, every corner you meet, and they complimented by our dirty streets. Then we wonder why in our sister isle, why they don't like Trinis to come and spend time. Well, you see, change is much more than paving a old road, and change is greater than fixing a lamp pole. Change is about the whole nation and how we are portrayed when the party done. Who set these standards in my TNT? I really wish somebody here could tell me. It's just the same thing again and again, like we leaders don't use the brain. So change the change within our country. Change the change so the whole world could see. Change the change for a better future, so we don't have to depend on our next mayor. Say change the change within the society. Otherwise we'll have a bandit factory. But things won't change despite all we do if change doesn't start with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. In our youth, we leave all the weight, cause in most leaders, we done a lost faith. They full of such greed. Oh Father, I plead, please Lord have some mercy on their seeds. Cause the youth are trying their best, but they're born in this place of lies and commerce. So eventually, when things get heavy, chances are they might turn out just like we. But you see, change could put an end to all this foolishness, and could break this chain link of sadness. Change could help our leaders to grow and start preparing youths for tomorrow. Don't see change as something timely, and start seeing change as your duty. To stop them from hurting one day is we had to point the way. So change the change for better transparency. Change the change for better economy. Change the change so no man one day will take me money and just fly away. I say for young Calypsonians, and stop saying culture is in good hands. But things won't change despite all we do if change doesn't start with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What do you say? Yeah. In our youth, We leave all the weight, cause in most leaders, we done a lost faith. They're full of such greed. Oh Father, I plead, please Lord have some mercy on their seeds. Cause the youth are trying their best, but they're born in this place of lies and commerce. So eventually, when things get heavy, chances are they might turn out just like we. But you see, change could put an end to all this foolishness and change could break this chain link of sadness. Change could help